into another edition of Prep Preview on CISN. We're powered by Fairway. Time for week 3 of the Iowa high school football season. We got a slate of games coming your way here on CISN. 3 big ones. Before we get into our matchups, though, in week 3, let's take a look back at what we saw in week 2. Let's first start in Ankeny, where on paper, this one felt like it was going to be a blowout. Ankeny, the defending state champions in Class 4A, facing off against their crosstown rival, the Centennial Jaguars. Ankeny ranked number 2, a Centennial start. They were 0-1 going into the game as they were polished off by Indianola in week 1. But the Jaguars, they were ready to play from the get-go. Defense played absolutely incredible all over the place. Made their former teammate, J.J. Cole, now the quarterback at Ankeny, things were very difficult for him. Though Colin Kadolf had an excellent game, over 200 yards rushing, that defense did enough to slow things down. On the other side of the ball, it was the running game again for Ankeny Centennial. They got it done. Couple of rushing touchdowns, and they hold on for the 14-7 crosstown rivalry win. The Jaguars pull it off. They move to 1-1 on the season. The Hawks fall to 1-1 after the loss. And congratulations again to Jerry Pizzetti, the co-head coach, along with his son. And what a job he has done. Now tied for the all-time wins record here in the state of Iowa. He'll get another shot coming up this week now to break that record. Let's go to game 2 here of our coverage from last week of week 2, Southeast Polk and West Des Moines Valley. It was a top 5 matchup, but certainly didn't play out that way as the top-ranked Rams ran away from the Tigers, a dominating performance up and down the field. The defense played outstanding in the first half, and it feels now after a couple weeks in, the Southeast Polk Rams, they have separated themselves a little bit from the rest of the pack now in the new Class 5A. Take a look at the east side of the state. Saw some upsets early on. Cedar Falls has already taken a loss. Bettendorf already with the loss. We'll see the Cedar Rapids schools, both Kennedy, how good they're going to be. A lot of people seeing some buzz out of that squad. The Cougars, who played for a state championship a few years back, they're back on the right path. We'll see over there, but as it pertains to Central Iowa, it looks to be the Rams' year, at least here in the early portions of the season. Another thing to keep an eye on, though, is the health of Xavier Wampka, the fine safety and running back. He was seen on crutches in the second half of the game. We'll wait for an update and see what he is going to be going forward for the Rams. For Valley, they turned the page after taking a loss and get difficult schedule, as always, for Coach Swenson's team early on in the season. We'll see where the Valley Tigers go from here. Still a lot of work that they need to do on the defensive side of the football. And our third and final game last week, early on, once again, Waukee Northwest jumped out to an early first half lead. They shut out the Dowling Catholic Maroons. They were up 10-0 at the half. Some big plays there, and Waukee Northwest certainly not going to be a pushover here in their first season as a program after the split of the Waukee schools. But Dowling Catholic, champions are made in the fourth quarter, and that's what they did again. 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns as they win it 17-10 over Waukee Northwest. And boy, Northwest, they got to feel, depth certainly a concern with the new school. Not the same numbers that they had a year ago with just one program. But for Waukee Northwest, even at 0-2, I think they have to be happy where they are. Not record-wise, but as it pertains to what we've seen on the field. That's a team that certainly has a lot of positives to take away, even with that 0-2 start. Some other games from around the area last week. It was Urbandale-Johnston, one of the great rivalries here in Central Iowa. Urbandale got that one done, 17-7, the victory for them as they pick up the win. How about down in Class 4A with the new addition and the changing in the structure this year? Fort Dodge got a really good squad this year. They play at the 4A level. They doubled up Ames 42-21. Great performance out of them. Des Moines East picks up their first victory of the year as they outlast Des Moines North with the win. Another crazy game, Norwalk and Des Moines Lincoln got together. A game that started at Lincoln and ended in Norwalk, all on Friday night. The lights went out at Lincoln at the football field. They decided, you know what, we're in the second half of this game. Bus everybody up. Let's head south a little bit further. And Norwalk finished off the victory 35-14 in that one there. And one of the biggest stories, certainly, of Friday night was Des Moines Roosevelt. The Rough Riders get it done. They end the losing streak of the city schools against the suburban schools as they get it done against Waukee High. 19-3, the final there. Congratulations to Coach Barnett and everybody involved with the Roosevelt program. Just that sense of relief, certainly, that you can feel from everybody involved, and not just with Roosevelt, but just the city schools in general. Get that monkey off their back, and it has to feel great, certainly for everybody involved with Des Moines City football. So those are some of the scores from around the area back in week 1. Take a look forward here. Week 2, we'll take a look forward at week 3. Also coming up, we'll have our conversation with the coaches. We'll hear from the coaches of your game coming up here on the other side. Countdown to kickoff here. It's Prep Preview on CISN, powered by Fairway. We're back with more in a moment.
We are ready. We've waited for this one for a long time. The anticipation, the excitement, the intensity. The teams are on the field looking to build on last week's success.
Construction doesn't need a play-by-play call, but it does need a team. Like the team at Graphite Construction Group. From concept to planning to building completion, our team is with you every step of the way. We've been building all over Iowa. Schools, offices, stadiums, critical services, and more. Talk with us. Tell us your vision, and you'll see and feel the difference of having the Graphite team with you every step, brick by brick, beam by beam, and play by play.
And the beam is up!
Mitch, this isn't a field goal.
You mean like it's a touchdown? Graphite Construction Group!
Graphite Construction Group. We build it better.
So Russ, what do you do in the off-season?
Mitch, we don't have an off-season.
Holt's Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
If you plan to buy a franchise business, or you're thinking of starting a new franchise, there's a lawyer right here in Central Iowa that can help you through the process. Rush Niggett, a Brick Gentry Law PC, has set up an affordable service to help individuals considering buying or starting a franchise business. Learn more online at rushonbusiness.com. Let Rush Niggett help you buy or start your franchise. Rush Niggett, the franchise lawyer with Brick Gentry Law PC. It's good to have Rush on your side.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Back with you on Prep Preview CISN, powered by Fairway. Conversation with the coaches brought to you by Elite Eye Care on University Avenue in West Des Moines. Here's Tom Wilson, the head coach for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Welcome back once again to Prep Preview on CISM. I'm Trent Condon and joined by the head coach for the Dowling Catholic Maroons, Tom Wilson. Coach, you got victory number 1 of the season. Always got to feel good as you get the win last week and come back fishing against Waukee Northwest. Just some takeaways from the week 2 performance.
Well, yeah, it was good to get one under our belt, especially after the tough loss in week 1. And obviously, we were outplayed by Waukee Northwest in the first half. We were down 10-0 and felt like we'd shot ourselves in the foot several times, especially on the offensive side with penalties that took us off schedule. But then in the second half, we grew up a little bit, especially up front offensively, and we're able to put some drives together, and our defense continues to play well, which gives us those opportunities.
Jake English gets his first start, of course, came in week 1 with the injury to Jackson. And tell us a little bit just what you saw, his improvements from week 1 here to week 2.
Yeah, it's Jake's done a great job. Honestly, came in week 1 in a tough situation against a really good football team, and then gets his first start. And I think part of it at the beginning, we weren't exactly hitting on all cylinders, but thinking back to the Northwest game, we hit Carson Brown with a play action pass in the third quarter that really gave us a lot of momentum. And so he's come up with some bigger throws. It was third down late in that ball game, and we could run the ball and have a chance to hopefully make a first down. We decided to throw it, and Jake did a good job with that. And looking back at the stats last week, we threw the ball 22 times, and it didn't feel like it. And a lot of them was short and controlled, but Jake did a nice job of managing things.
Running game, we saw a lot of Cameron last year, but tell us about the sophomore, Claude Philippe. See more action here. Finished the game with 27 carries and over 100 yards.
CJ's obviously just a young sophomore and had a great year last year as a freshman. And he got his chance. Cam got a little banged up in the Northwest game. And so we went with CJ most of the way. And then you saw Adam Townsend late. But CJ's not a burner. He's a solid player, slippery back. And we expect good things from.
You mentioned your defense, and you guys are playing at a really high level right now. What does that do for you in terms of game plan, knowing defense seems to pack every single week? They're going to be there. What that does on the offensive side of the ball and ideas. Hey, maybe want to run trick play this week or go for it on 4th and short, knowing you have that defense to back you up.
Oh, it is comforting. And Jay Campbell's in his first year coordinating that, but he'd be the first to tell you that, Adam Jack and Brant Perriott, Jeff Moats and James Smith have a lot to do with what they've been able to do so far. But, we usually design our team that way, as we want to make sure defensively we're as good as we can be. And we kind of work things that way personnel wise. And we feel like it gives us the best chance to be successful down the road. And they've played probably better than I thought they would early, but it certainly does give us a chance to get our offense going a little bit when we know that they're going to keep us in it.
Get ready for Friday night's matchup against Ankeny. Certainly a team you know very well. What Coach Nelson and company are going to do. Different look this year, certainly offensively from what they were a year ago. New quarterback there in J.J. Cole. What have you seen as you've been breaking down the film this week for the Hawks?
Obviously there's no question in their talent. Cole is a big body back there and certainly different than Bauer a year ago, where he was a dual threat and ultimately in the dome, that's probably what hurt us was Bauer and his feet, and obviously they had the running back a year ago that was very good, but the running back they have now is really good. Obviously we saw him the last couple of years, and their whole right side is back up front on offense, and there's not a Brody Breck out there as a wide receiver, a Summers, but they certainly have talent there too. So offensively, they don't lack talent at all. I don't think they've hit on all cylinders yet. With a new quarterback, that's sometimes the case, and our job is to make sure they don't hit on all cylinders against us. But defensively, I think they're loaded. They've got a lot of guys back that played a lot of football. Some of them are in different positions. They're outside linebackers a year ago are playing inside this year. A couple of guys back in the secondary, but within their defense, it's predicated on really disruption and confusion out of the three-man front. And I think they do a terrific job with that. And it's something that we have to spend a great deal of time on, just trying to figure out where we could, scratch out some yards and try to get some points out of it. So, again, they're a really good team. I think one thing that sticks out with them is also their kicking game. I think Pelham, their kicker and their punter is really, really good. He's done a nice job for them. So we certainly don't want it to come down to a field goal either, because I think pretty highly of him.
Coach, one thing you mentioned there, what they're going to do up front defensively, kind of confusing that offensive line. That means you got to have Andy Pollock, our guy, to work a little bit more this week. He's going to be working overtime.
Yeah, he has been, and it's about time. No, yeah, Andy does a great job, and this keeps him busy and looking at some different things. But he won't be helping you as much right now. He'll just have to be stuck with us.
That's all right. I'm sure he's happy about that as well, Coach. Well, one final thing as we look at it, you mentioned seeing them last year in the Unidome. The run comes to an end for you guys as it pertains to championships. Bruce made that incredible play in the end zone to ultimately win it. Is that a conversation of points at all for you guys as a coaching staff? the kids knew who ended their season, obviously, a year ago. They're talking about it, but do you bring that up at all?
We really don't. It's a different year. It's a different team. What's in the past is in the past. We know they're a really good team. We know they're talented. We know they're well coached. We know it's another challenge, and our kids are kind of geared up that this whole season is a challenge based on our schedule, and obviously we knew what week we were playing Ankeny, and it was no different than we were playing Southeast Polk. We know it's going to be a great challenge, and we have to play well to be successful, and then you move on to the next week.
Coach, is always great. Enjoy the conversation. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
For all of your and your family's eye care needs, make it Elite Eye Care. Dr. Ethan Heisman, Dr. Heidi Bell, and Dr. Kelsey Sawatsky provide expert eye care close to home. From eye exams to contact lenses, eyeglasses to sunglasses, make Elite Eye Care your local optometrist. Set up your next eye care appointment with Elite Eye Care, 9250 University Avenue in West Des Moines, and online at eyedoctordesmoines.com.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Guys, are you looking for an excuse to watch football all weekend long? Then schedule your vasectomy with the Urology Center of Iowa. The Urology Center of Iowa offers nitrous during your vasectomy, cutting-edge technology to help you relax during your procedure. Make the call to 515-400-3550. That's 400-3550 or online at iowauro.com.
And good evening and welcome to week number 3 of the high school football season here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Mark Amadeo joined by Matt Mandring, John Chido, as we get set for another warm night of high school football on this Friday night, gentlemen. Temperature 85 degrees, a little bit of wind, so it's not quite as bad as the 105-degree heat index the first Friday of the year, but it's going to be a warm one tonight. And Matt, we're going to be up here just roasting the press box while Johnny's down the sideline getting all the air.
Living life on the sideline. This is the time of year where it's better to be down there than up here, but it'll be a nice night tonight to be anywhere watching this football game. You have two of the top teams in the state. They're going to tangle with each other, and Ankeny coming off a loss that might be unexpected if you're an Ankeny person, and coming in here to Dowling, and it's going to be one team's going to walk out here with 2 losses. That's a really good football team.
No question about it. And John, you'll be on the sideline. This is a rematch of last year's state semifinal where Ankeny won in overtime to knock Dowling out of their 8th consecutive trip to the championship game. Ankeny won the state title. And this is an Ankeny team. Well, they got several players from that team back this year in key positions. They got to replace their quarterback. But, John, this will be an exciting matchup in week 3, Dowling and Ankeny.
Oh, it sure will. And, for Dowling fans, Dowling players, Dowling community, you've been waiting a year now for this rematch to come. And give it another shot and be able to move forward and get over last year. And it's another good Ankeny ball club and a good Dowling ball club. And they've both been tested with tough schedules from the beginning. So it's going to be a test for Dowling's offense against Ankeny's defense tonight.
Well, it certainly will. And obviously, with Dowling coming off the win last week, Maroons trailed at halftime 10-0. And they scored 17 unanswered points, Matt, to come from behind and win it. They were 3 out of 4 in their possessions in the second half, and the only possession they didn't score was when they went to that infamous victory formation. Dowling putting up 17 second-half points to overtake Waukee Northwest, who's 0-2, by the way, and hosting tonight Southeast Polk out there at their brand-new facility. But we saw the Dowling offense come to life in the second half after going 0 for 4 in the first half with a turnover.
Yeah, and it all comes down to that offensive line. And we saw it both weeks. They came out a little sluggish in the first half. And with new players in there in that offensive line, it takes some time to gel, especially against different fronts. Yeah. And so this week, coming into the game, you're going to see them move around a little bit and some odd and some even fronts. But this offensive line has really started. That second half, they dominated the game. And Dowling rode that rushing attack to the finish line.
Yeah, no question. Turn around the defense, John. Dowling defense has been stellar all year. They're waiting for the offense to kind of catch up, and the defensive line and the linebackers really have done a great job. Joe Hughes leads with tackles. He's a will linebacker. He has 17 on the year, along with Adam Townsend and Noah Seamer. Those linebackers have been active. That's because the front four, Jalen Pettis, Cody Hikus, Chase Patton, Owen Weber, and Carson Hagan in there, they have put pressure on the quarterback to make things happen, and we're going to see more of that tonight.
No question. When your will linebackers leading the team in tackles, that means the defensive line is doing their job, forcing other teams to try to run weak, and the Mike linebacker is doing his job by plugging the hole and making the running backs for the opposing team to have to use that cutback. But I would say our defensive line has been the strongest it's been in years. The deepest it's been in years. When you're able to rotate 7-8 guys and keep them fresh, that makes a huge difference. Ankeny's offense, they're going to do a lot of shifting around. They're going to use a lot of their wing back. They kind of have that little Centennial stuff with those double leads or kind of fake type stuff out of that wing type formation. They'll like to try to get that wing back in the flats and kind of run like a little pick play with their tight end. So linebackers are going to have to be disciplined, stay at home, and be aware of that.
No question. Well, guys, let's get to the matchup. Matt, we'll give you the Ankeny offense against this Dowling defense. And, of course, the Dowling defense, Blake Anderson will not start. He was shaken up last week. He will come off the bench tonight and play. He got cleared to play. So Jake Anderson will start at free safety, and Kellen Shimon will start at bandit linebacker for the Maroons. But offensively, the Ankeny Hawks, we're going to see a quarterback that's very similar to Dowling's. Loves to throw, doesn't run a whole lot. They run a lot with their tailback, and Kadolf, who's back from their state tournament team.
Yeah, Kadolf, everything's going to run through him on offense. So he's just a strong running back, and through 2 games already, he's got 365 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's what they're going to rely on. J.J. Cole, the transfer coming in as a junior, they don't throw the ball a ton. In 2 games, they've thrown it 39 times. He's got 144 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The thing is, though, he's one of those guys that's a big, I want to say, I don't want to talk about tomorrow too much, but an Iowa Hawkeye type quarterback where he's, this big, tall frame in the pocket, and he's going to stand there, and he's got a strong arm, and he can pipe it. And they like to take shots. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to throw deep, unlike Dowling, who will take it and throw it to the flats and do some of that small game stuff after they run the ball. Ankeny's going to do it and run some deep patterns, and it's going to test, Joe Reed, who's played really well over the first 2 ball games, of not playing first year in football, and so it's going to be some of those types of things. How much pressure can Pettis and Hagan and all those guys up front put on J.J. Cole as he stands back there? All
right, Matt, let's take the other matchup now, John Chido. It's the Dowling offense against Ankeny's defense. And Ankeny, 4 returning starters, led by Braden Simonson, Jackson Pennygrowth, Tamden Webb-Tate, and then Ryan Crandall and Will Cornell. They're 2- and 3-year starters there in their rover and safety. Very tough defense. Centennial scored 14 points last week off them, but the offense didn't click. What does the Dowling offense have to do against this Ankeny defense?
Well, I think you're going to see them try to establish the running game, and you're going to see a lot of run game with the attached tight end because they run that 3-4 defense. You have to really be aware of that. I think they'll do a lot more short passes again. The thing is if Dowling's offense is penalty free and they're able to run the ball, that's a good thing. They're going to wear teams out, and they're going to be successful. If they can't stay ahead of the chains and run the football and establish the run early, it's going to be a long night or a long first half, kind of like what we saw last week.
All right, John, you'll catch up with the head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic at halftime and during the postgame. You'll be much cooler than Matt and I will be here in the press box. I can already feel it. It's already warm in here. But, guys, penalties are a big key, turnovers are a big key, and special teams. So it should be a great one. And so thank you for tuning in. Iowa Catholic Radio Network, along with the Central Iowa Sports Network, as we simulcast tonight, Pete Tarpey and his crew. And we'll have Carolyn Kirchhoff at halftime talk about the Dowling Club. So you want to stay tuned for that. Matter of fact, Matt, my membership lapsed, and I got to talk to Carolyn about that. It did lapse.
Well,
so.
She'll take your money at halftime.
I'm sure she will. Johnny, can I borrow maybe 15, 20, 30? All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to the pregame show. We're going to come back, and I caught up with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. He'll talk more about tonight's matchup with the Ankeny Hawks. Both teams with 1-1 records. Dowling ranked number 2, and Ankeny, the defending champions in Class 4A, ranked 6. We'll be back with more here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Dowling takes on Ankeny here in week 3 of the high school football season. Coach, thanks for joining us tonight, and best of luck against the Ankeny Hawks.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Well, Coach, last week, come from behind victory, a game and you were down 10-0 at halftime. You won it 17-10. Shut out Waukee Northwest in that second half, but you got down at halftime. And we'll kind of recap the first. There was two different.
Mark, I'm hearing some background noise from somebody.
It was obviously a defense-oriented. You couldn't get your offense going. 4 punts and an interception for all 5 of your possessions in the first half. Second half, that all changed. And Coach, what was the difference? What happened at halftime that changed for you for the better in the second half?
I'm not sure we changed much schematically. As you look back on things, really we hurt ourselves many times. We would be going along fairly well offensively, and then we'd have a penalty that would knock us off schedule, and we wouldn't get back on. And it's certainly frustrating and something that we have to correct, because against good teams it makes it very difficult, and you could see that with Northwest. And then in the second half it was pretty much the opposite, that we stayed on schedule and made some plays and did some good things, and the consistent thing really was our defense.
Well, it certainly was, Coach. Your defense is out there quite a bit. They gave up one long run to Tanner Spikesman, they're out, Waukee Northwest, outstanding running back. He had like a 60-yard run that put him in position for a score, which they did score later. But I thought some of the young men on defense did a great job. I mean, there's kids that are making tackles, and I know you were playing with some kids that were dinged up. But I want to go back to one of your, I think your cornerback who had an outstanding game. I thought he made some big tackles, and that was Jared Rickey. He saved the touchdown on a kickoff return, and he saved that touchdown from 60 yards by Spikesman. Even though they scored later, he made some big plays.
Oh, he did, and honestly, the long run by Spikesman, they ended up kicking a field goal there, and that ended up being huge. And he didn't give up on the play, and great effort by Jared, and certainly proud of that. He'll continue to get better. He's worked really hard to deserve the playing time he's getting. And you mentioned some of those guys. I think our D-line, it's fairly well documented how well they play. But we've got Shimon in there really for the first action this year. He's been battling back from injury. I thought he did a really nice job, and Jake Anderson's done a nice job. But really Townsend and Pettis are the ones that kind of make all of that go, but the rest of those kids have done a pretty good job.
Well, they certainly have, and sometimes you see those kids in other positions, either on offense or maybe special teams, and one of them was Adam Townsend. He got the go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter to give Dowling the victory, but he's been actually your starting linebacker, but he has played on the offensive side. We saw that last year, and we saw it in a key spot last week.
Yeah, we did, and Cam was out, and then CJ ended up having an issue. I think he got poked in the eye or something like that. So he came out, and Townsend was right there, and Meeks grabbed him. We send him in, and he goes 15 yards for a touchdown. And it looked like he was shot out of a cannon when he ran through there. So I can't say enough good things about Adam Townsend. He's a terrific leader and really, really important to our football team.
Yep, that's what you expect out of a captain, and that's what he does. Visit with head coach Tom Wilson before tonight's game. Dowling and Ankeny here on Iowa Catholic Radio from Valley Stadium here on the Central Iowa Sports Network, as we'll be simulcasting tonight together. And, Coach, you look at the matchup with Ankeny. Last year it went to overtime in the Dome in the semifinals. Ankeny got the win and obviously went on to the championship game and won it. And the Hawks coming off a loss. And does that kind of make it that you actually saw the Centennial tape with Ankeny? How does that present itself tonight with that matchup? And they can't be looking by too many teams. They couldn't be looking by their arch rival Centennial. They can't be looking by Dowling, and they can't be looking past Southeast Polk, who they got next week. What's with the Hawks, you think?
Well, they're a really talented team, and I think Centennial obviously played well and very inspired. I think Ankeny helped them with some untimely penalties that certainly hurt them, would keep drives going for Centennial or hinder a drive for Ankeny. And it's crazy how it can unfold sometimes. We've had teams here where we lose a game where you just kind of shake your head. It just didn't work out for us that night. And, we go on and win a state championship. So a lot is a learning curve. Sometimes you have to overcome obstacles, and sometimes you have to learn how to handle success. And I think that's probably what they're dealing with right now. But, our concern is really us. We know we have a really good football team coming to Valley Stadium, and we're going to have to play really, really well to be able to win.
Head Coach Tom Wilson is my guest here on the pregame show. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk more about the matchup with Ankeny and Dowling Catholic tonight from Valley Stadium. This is Mark Amadale. We'll be back with more here on the CISN.TV and the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. And at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat and Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
And welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Mark Amadale. Continue my conversation with head coach Tom Wilson before Dowling and Ankeny tonight. Both teams with records of 1-1 on the season. Top 10 matchup. And, Coach, you kind of touched on a little bit about the matchup with Ankeny and what the Hawks had happened to them. But for Dowling, you look at got off to a slow start against Southeast Polk. Got off a slow start last week against Waukee Northwest. And every year we talk about teams have an identity. And what is, what's Dowling's identity? We know the defense is solid. We've seen them out there a lot. But what is the identity of this team? What are you gathering?
Well, I think that's a fair question, and if you look at some of the things that factor into that, obviously we lose our quarterback the first half of the first ball game, and so a lot of the things that you've put in, a lot of that revolved around Jackson Smolik, and not that the other kids can't do some of that, but we tried to utilize Jackson to his fullest, and so now you kind of pare things down a little bit based on the talent of the kids that you have. And you mentioned our defense, and yes, we do have that, and hopefully we continue to have that. I think the second half you started seeing an identity develop, and basically we grew up on the offensive line quite a bit. We've talked about the past 2 weeks that there was one guy coming back up front that started for us, and that was Gabe Carey at right guard. The left tackle's a sophomore. Left guard, we've played 2 of them. Bagenstos played a little bit last year. He's the center, and then George Nahas has been making his first starts of his career. So, hopefully we can be a football team that can run the ball, use play action to our advantage with Jake and Sprinkling and Dante. We're not going to go back there and fire around 30 times a game. And although last week surprised me a little bit, we ended up throwing it 22 times. So it's just kind of, work into what we think we do best. And right now we ran the football last week in the second half, and that's something that's going to have to continue again this week against a really, really good defense.
And when you're experimenting like that or kind of growing up with replacing a lot of veterans, you're doing it with a very tough schedule. And, it doesn't get any easier tonight against Ankeny. Next week you head to Iowa City, and City High is on a roll with Mitch Moore from Roosevelt going to City High. Your schedule doesn't lighten up, and that's the type of thing you're dealing with when you're having teams having to get better, be a veteran team. It's not a veteran team on some sides of the ball, and we're seeing a lot of maturity. I see a lot of confidence in the team. We saw that in the second half last Friday night against Waukee Northwest.
Well, I thought it was very evident once we, we're able to move the ball and we hit Carson Brown on the big pass play. We hit a couple of shorter ones to keep us on schedule with Cooper and also to Brown. And as we mentioned, we grew up on the line of scrimmage, and then we get the lead, and you kind of saw a different team and a different confidence, which was fun to see. But that was this week, and now that was last week. Now we've got this week, and it's a different challenge, and hopefully we grow some more.
Well, Coach, the Ankeny Hawks, they have 3 starters returning on offense, 4 on defense, and they're good ones off their state championship team. And we'll start with the offense. Colin Kadolf, their outstanding tailback, averaging about 8 yards a carry. He and that receiver, Brady McCullough, around their first-year quarterback, J.J. Cole, who was playing for Centennial a year ago at quarterback. That's the nucleus of their offense, along with one returning offensive lineman, and that's Espinino.
Yeah, they do, and their right side has experience on the offensive line. They've got plenty of talent there. Kadolf is a really nice back, and J.J. Cole's been offered by Iowa State, Florida State, and others. And so obviously he has an awful lot of talent as well, and has a big-time arm, and he's probably 6'6" or so. So he's a big body. Now, he's different than Bauer was a year ago. Bauer could hurt you with his feet and with his arm, and JJ's really not going to try to do that with his feet. So I think defensively is where they really look good. I mean, they've got talent back there, and guys that played quite a bit for them a year ago, and they're high-level kids. So they don't give up many points.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking time to visit with us tonight. Best of luck in week 3 of the high school football season. Hard to believe we're rolling along. And best of luck against the Ankeny Hawks tonight here at Valley Stadium.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Head Coach Tom Wilson is my guest here on the pregame show. It's Dowling and Ankeny here at Valley Stadium. Coming up, Matt Mandring and John Chad will rejoin the broadcast. You've been listening to the pregame show with Mark Amadale here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
11:50 a.m. AY Des Moines 90.
Here at Valley Stadium, West Des Moines, week 3 of the high school football season. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring, John Chido. We just heard from head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. about the matchup tonight. The defending state champions Ankeny Hawks taking on Dowling Catholic. Both teams 1-1, Matt, both ranked in the top 10 in Class 5A, so there'll be a new champion this year in Class 5A later on in November. But the Hawks were the champions in Class 4A, a class they don't belong to this year, and just like the rest of them. So it's one of those type of deals.
Yeah, and the Ankeny's finding out, when you win that state championship, that target on your back is pretty big.
Real big.
Real big. And, so everyone's coming out and gaming for them. And, it's a great competition. And that in-town rivalry game is a tough one, because you could have two teams that aren't close talent-wise, and those games can end up in being a battle. And so Centennial pulls it out. Not to say that Centennial's not talented, because they are, and this team is as well. And probably a team also that's trying to find their identity at the same time.
Sure.
Are we going to, we got a quarterback that can stand there and throw the ball, but we are still a run-first offense. So that'll be interesting to see it play out as they go through the year.
All right. Well, game time conditions here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. We have 85 degrees. The feels like temperature is 87 degrees, humidity at 49%, and a south-southeast breeze at 10 miles per hour. That'll be blowing from right to left, south to north here at Valley Stadium. John Chidle's a third member of our crew, and he's down on the Dowling sideline tonight. And, John, we forgot to mention it's Catholic Football League night. We saw a bunch of people and young men and some coaches run across the field after they were introduced. Johnny?
Yeah, it's always good to see the youngsters out here and celebrating their league and their team. And the Catholic Football League is an important part of the Dowling football program. That's where it all starts. And it's just great to see the number of kids for these ages and how they say football is down in numbers. You look at the number of kids that ran across this field tonight, and I'd say we're up big time in numbers this year.
Yeah, no question. That's great. We'll get some input from Andy Jepson, the president of the Catholic Football League, at times throughout tonight's broadcast, so we'll keep him on standby. But first, we're going to take a break. We're going to send it back to our Iowa Catholic Radio studios as we simulcast tonight's game with the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll have a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, who was our halftime guest last week.
Yeah.
Spoke very highly of you off air, Matt. I was impressed with that. Dr. Dan does a great job. And we'll also have Father Ryan Andrew, the chaplain for Dowling Catholic High School. We'll have a prayer from him. So let's take it to our Iowa Catholic Radio studios, and we'll come back with a kickoff. It's Dowling and Ankeny, week 3 of the high school football season. Kickoff coming up next here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
At Holt Plumbing and Heating, our team is clean-cut, professionally dressed, and always training to be the best. We have families too, and we understand that nothing is more important than keeping them safe and comfortable. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. A high-quality job with a smile and a little extra wow. I would like to personally invite you to experience Holt Plumbing and Heating and find out why, for over 70 years, families all over Central Iowa say, "Let Holt handle that."
Stadium as we get set for Ankeny and Dowling Catholic tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Evadale, Matt Mandrick, and John Chidle, the folks from the Central Iowa Sports Network here, and we appreciate all they do. Our producer tonight, Sean Ingracia, is our producer for the Central Iowa Sports Network, and our camera operators, Clayton Sampson and Nick McDougall. And Matt Mandring, as we get set, we have the coin toss out there, and Mike Finn is our official. Let's see if we can pick this up. Looks like Dowling deferred.
Yep.
And Ankeny will receive and defend the north end zone. So we got that all out of the way. But, looking at the Dowling roster, we mentioned, Blake Anderson will not start tonight at safety. Jake Anderson will, and Blake will come in for Jake, and then Jake will swing over to Bandit linebacker. So that's kind of the rotation of the defense. But it's good to see him. We'll see him, number 91 out there, Mata Brua, number 12. He had some health issues during the preseason camp, all of August and part of September. He got cleared and is eligible to play tonight as far as health-wise eligibility, and that's always good news.
Yeah, it is, and he's a great young man, and it's good to see those kids get back to health. And when you're talking about the issues he was working through, it's hard because it's not a broken finger or a wrist. It's things you can't really see, and so he's back at health, and he was walking a little taller in the hallway today. I think he's ready to go. So,
all right, let's take a look at the Dowling defense. The starters up front: Jalen Pettis at one linebacker, along with down tackle Cody Hikus, Chase Patton, the nose guard, Owen Weber at down lineman, and the cornerbacks are Jared Rickey and Joe Reed, and the linebackers for Dowling, and they're good ones. Kellen Shimon gets a start at Bandit linebacker tonight. Adam Townsend, the captain, second on the team in tackles, along with Joe Hughes, who leads the team in tackles. Noah Seamer, and then the safety tonight will start Jake Anderson, but again, Blake will play for the Maroons. For the Ankeny Hawks, the quarterback is J.J. Cole. He is a young man who transferred to Centennial right before basketball season. Cole's a 6'6 junior, weighs 230 pounds, likes to throw, doesn't run a whole lot. He'll wear number 12. He has thrown for 144 yards, no touchdowns this year, and 2 interceptions. Colin Kadolf, number 32, their outstanding tailback, has 3 touchdowns this year, and he averages 8 yards a carry. He'll be in the backfield. And their wide receivers, Brady McCullough, and I think Johnny talked about this earlier, and so did I with you. He was the big playmaker for Ankeny last year. Yes, they had Arlen Bruce, but when you start focusing on Bruce, McCullough was open.
Yeah.
Now it's just McCullough, along with Maddox Ward and Jacob Morgan. Tight end is Carson Booth. And then the left tackle, Ethan Thomas. Drew Mosaweiss is the left guard. Ryan Mayer is the center. Antonio Espino, a 3-year starter now at right guard, number 67. And Joe Kingston, a 2-year starter at right tackle, number 74. That's the Ankeny starters. And Ankeny will receive, they're in their road white uniforms, maroon numbers, gold pants with white helmets. Dowling in their home, maroon jerseys, white helmets, white numbers, and white pants. And Diego Leon will kick off. He's kicked off 6 times this year and 1 touchback. And we're underway here at Valley Stadium, Ankeny and Dowling. High end over end kick, and does it go out of bounds? It does at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just missed that pylon. Yeah. It'll be 1st and 10. Hawks at their own 35-yard line with the penalty against Dowling to start things out. And John Chital, let's go back down to you on this offensive series for Ankeny, but the Dowling defense gets to be on the field first.
Yeah, I think that's what Coach Wilson and the rest of the crew wants. It's the defense to be out on the field first to establish their dominance that they've established throughout the season so far and start the tone right. And hopefully it works out for them.
All right, the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Dowling penalized on the opening kickoff as the ball was kicked out of bounds. So J.J. Cole will work out of the shotgun. He's got 1 receiver to the left at the top of your screen. The tailback Kadolf right over right guard, bowls his way forward and picks up maybe 2 yards for a gain of 2 to bring up 2nd down and 8.
That offensive line for Ankeny, they run 6'3", 230, 6'2", 265. There's some big men down there, 6'2", 235 and 250 and 305. So it's a big front.
No question about that. As Ankeny now with 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They do a check with me with their coaching staff. The head coach is Rick Nelson for Ankeny, 7th year. Won a state title last year, and the give is to Kadolf. He finds a little opening. He crosses the 40-yard line, wrapped up right at the 41. He'll gain 4 yards to bring up 3rd down.
Nice play by Noah Seamer coming up and filling the gap, because when he got through the line of scrimmage, it looked like there was a pretty good sized hole there for Kadolf to run through, and Seamer cleaned it up just as you designed it from a defensive standpoint.
All right, 3rd and 4 for the Hawks. Just underway here in the first quarter. Game conditions, temperature 85 degrees, hazy skies. And now here's play action. Cole back to throw, fires the ball out. The pass is caught, and that is Ryan Crandall, I believe, on the reception. It is. Crandall, 6'4", 210-pound senior wide receiver, makes the catch for the 1st down.
He's I think he's the other target that's going to be looked for on this Ankeny offense as they start to move the ball down the field a little bit. Is Crandall's one that's been kind of quiet.
8-yard reception that time. 1st down Hawks, and now a little swing pass to Crandall. Breaks a tackle across midfield and down into Dowling territory at the Maroon 48-yard line. Nice little slip tackle after he made the catch.
Yeah, Joe Hughes was coming up and read the play perfectly, and Crandall was able to just give a little shake and get by him, and then the rest of the Maroon defense rallied to the ball.
All right, we'll bring up 2nd and 7 from the Dowling 48. Crandall will gain a 3 on that last reception. Cole out of the shotgun, and the give is to Godolph. Right up the gut he goes, and he stays with it and fighting for yardage down to the Dowling 45. He'll pick up 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Getting up off the bottom of that pile, number 65, I believe that is, or 55, Ethan Thomas. He just kept chugging the offensive lineman there just kept chugging his legs, and Godolph is just right behind him, grinding away, and they squeezed a couple yards out of that.
So the Maroons now flip-flop Pettis and make him to the top of your screen. Here is 3rd and 4. Back to throw Cole. He'll keep the football, and he slides, and he's hit and drilled right about the 42-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down, and he took a shot that time.
Yeah, he did, and he didn't slide as quickly as I think he wanted to, and he got hit. He got met at that line at the 2 yards before, and that was number 25, Adam Townsend, that senior defensive leader, coming out there and preventing the first down play.
Townsend, a captain of the Dowling linebackers, and when it was a two-way player, last week scoring the winning touchdown from 15 yards out after one of the Dowling running backs had to go out.
1 carry, 15 yards.
That's been a touchdown. Pretty good season average. All right, Ankeny is forced to punt. They're going to punt it from the Dowling 42 with 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. No score. And a spiral punt, a fair catch signal for by the Maroons. They'll let it go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, as there'll be no return by Cooper Nicholson on a pretty good punt that time by the Ankeny punter, Max Pelham, who handles all their kicking. So it'll be a first down Dowling from their own 20-yard line. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline right now, and that is where John Chido is located. John?
Well, Ankeny established those little RPOs, mix and match, little 4-yard gains there, and then they have 4th and 1. You have 6-7 quarterback. Ankeny being a little conservative, putting the ball away. I don't know what you guys thought of that early in this ball game, 4th and 1 with J.J. Cole at quarterback.
Game of field position. John, you know about that. You had to make that decision earlier this week. We'll talk more about that later in the 8th grade game. First down Maroons from their own 20-yard line. And Jake English at quarterback. He gives it to his tailback, and he stood up at the line of scrimmage, which was a 20-yard line. He'll lose a yard. And is it Cam or CJ?
I think it was Cam on that first series here. It's Cam Middleton, and he had no chance as that strong front. You know, they'll call it a 3-man front, you know, but it really looks like a 5. You can put all the window dressing on you want, but it looks like a 5-man front when they get everybody up there.
Well, they swallowed him up, and we'll go through the offensive and defensive starters here in this drive. English back to throw, and he tries to hit a receiver on a crossing pattern. That was Cooper Nicholson. The pass is incomplete from the right side at the 35-yard line.
A little confusion back there. Jalen Thompson held up just a second as he thought that ball was coming in for a minute, but then he was going through, and then English overthrew it just a hair. Let him, but this is a big play here to see if we get this offense going early. All
right, 3rd and 11 for Dowling. Jake English, the quarterback, a senior. He's got 3 receivers to the right. Back to throw is English. He fires the ball out, throws it, overthrows it, and the pass is intercepted right at the Ankeny bench at the 40-yard line. Nice job by the Hawks as that pass was overthrown.
Yeah, he threw that into double coverage too, and Ankeny had a safety sitting on that route, and I don't think Jake recognized that when he released the football. They already had one guy running with him, another guy over the top, and he was throwing it right into the heart of that defense, and Ankeny was just sitting there waiting. And number 22 came down with it there, Reed Johnson.
Reed Johnson with the interception.
So the punt pays off. Johnny said they played that a little conservatively, and I would agree. And I think both teams know they have such good defenses. They're going to play a little more conservative, likely in the first half.
All right, first down, Ankeny. The ball in the Dowling 40. Reed Johnson with the interception for the Hawks. That's his first of the year. J.J. Cole will bring out the offense. Cole back to throw out of the shotgun. Has time, sets up, fires the ball into the end zone. He's looking for Crandall. Caught inside the 5. It'll be a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. And nice job by Crandall. He boxed out the 2 defenders for Dowling Catholic, and that was a tremendous effort that time.
It was, and Jared Rickey was running with him and had a shot, and then he he turned and was watching for the hands, and McCullough did a good job of waiting in that big frame. As you said, Mark, he shielded him off and was able to corral it in, and now they are at the 4-yard line.
36-yard pass play for the Ankeny Hawks. They go left to right towards the south end zone here at Valley Stadium, and they're first and goal at the 4-yard line. Cole will work out of the shotgun. He's got Kadolf in the backfield with 2 receivers to the left, and the read option, handoff Kadolf, and he kind of bowls his way off right guard and tackle down to the 3 to pick up a 1, a brief second and goal from the 3.
This is where you have two teams that's strength against strength. A great offensive line on the Ankeny side of the football for the Hawks, and this Dowling front is really strong in that defensive front, as you can see players going in and out here for the Maroons. And so here they go.
Dowling trying to get their goal line defense in. They make some personnel changes. All right. J.J. Cole, back to throw. Fires out in the flat. Touchdown, Ankeny. A little swing pass to Godolph. They forgot about him in the backfield. He didn't go up the line. And a little swing pass to the right. Touchdown, Ankeny. And Godolph scores. And it's 6-0 Hawks over Dowling at the 7:09 mark, first quarter.
You're exactly right, Mark. That running back is so hard to cover out of the backfield. The linebackers usually get assigned to him coming out of the backfield, and he just sat too long waiting for the receiver to come out, or for the running back to flare out. And Cole is too good of a quarterback. He's going to zing it in there, and they hit the money.
All right, Pelham in for the extra point. He's been perfect on the air. The ball is down. The kick is up and good. 7-0. Ankeny leading Dowling Catholic here in the first quarter from Valley Stadium. And we'll take a break here on the Central Iowa Sports Network and Iowa Catholic Radio.
Plumbing Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium, West Des Moines, after Ankeny takes advantage of an interception, and they march 3 plays, 40 yards, led by Cullen Kadolf on a 3-yard touchdown reception from quarterback J.J. Cole. Extra point is good. 7-0, Ankeny leading Dowling Catholic here in the first quarter, as Max Pelham will kick off after adding the extra point. And here is the kick. And it'll be near side field at the 10-yard line by the Maroons. And that is running with the football, penalty flag down. And that is
C.J. Phillip
on the near sideline, but this is going to come back. They throw it right around the 34-yard line. Phillip, a nice return up the 40-yard line there, man.
Yeah, he did. Well, and the official just picked up the flag and drug it a few more yards.
Let's go down to John Chido on the Dowling sideline. After Ankeny came up with the interception, they capitalized on that, Johnny.
Yeah, and when you have J.J. Cole and you give him time back there just to sling it down the field, like Matt said in the pregame, with those tall receivers, Crandall, McCullough, that's tough to defend, on a go route. And Matt hit the nail on the head when when the D-back's waiting for the guy to go up with his hands, and you wait until the last minute, especially when you're undersized. That's a tough play to defend, and that was thrown right on the numbers. And then the wing back in space, and we knew pregame they were going to go to that.
Yeah, and they did. Crandall has made the big catch during that drive of 36 yards. First down, Dowling. The Maroons will put the ball on the ground, and spinning out of a tackle that time is the tailback. And a nice run that time for the Dowling offense, and that is C.J. Phillip.
Yeah, he did a nice job there coming out of the backfield and saw a crease and hit it, and one little spin move in there, as you see the replay on the TV feed, and he does a nice little spin there, kept the ball protected, and nice gain on first down.
So Phillip moves the ball up to the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Maroons. Dowling had the ball at the 40 on the kickoff return, but was penalized all the way back to the 18-yard line, and CJ picked up 9 of those yards. So here's English, long count to give up the gut to CJ Phillip, but he's swallowed under. He tried to go right over center, and he was swallowed under there. May have lost a yard back to the, or 2 yards back to the 25, they'll call it.
That defensive front just had such great penetration on that play. CJ had no chance out of the backfield. English just gets the ball handed off, and he is swallowed up by that front from Ankeny. And they are athletic. You get Sean Gavin, Diego Jackson, Braden Simonson on there, and that's a strong group.
Kyle Rockers, Carlos Navarro, Ryan Bagenstos, Gabe Carey, and George Nahas. Left tackle to right tackle for Dowling. Tight end is Jalen Thompson, and Drew Wingert back tonight. Back to throw is English. He overthrows his man, and the pass is, they're going to rule it. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
As the Ankeny crowd over there thought he dropped it, and we had to make sure the officials signaled incomplete, as the intended receiver for Dowling was Cooper Nicholson running under that.
It was, and English threw a really nice ball right there, and he laid it out there where Cooper had a shot at it, and the Ankeny defender made a nice play on the ball, and I think it was Reed Johnson, and broke it up, and Dowling took a shot right there and didn't work out.
All right, back deep for Ankeny is Reed Johnson, number 22, along with Will Cornell, and now punting away for Dowling. It's Cole getting it away. It takes a Dowling bounce. They let it bounce inside the 40. Still rolling inside the 30. And Ankeny will start 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line with 5:26 remaining here in the first quarter. 7-0. The Ankeny Hawks lead Dowling Catholic. Mark Amadeo, Matt Maindring here in the press box. Let's go down to the much cooler sideline on a very warm 85-degree night. That's John Chido with the Dowling sideline report.
I don't know why I keep saying cooler. It's like I have a coat on or something down here. But
it's
pretty toasty down here as well. There's not much wind going, so but it is nice. It's not extremely hot down the field, so you should see a lot cramping up. This is a big series for the Dowling defense. We don't have to say much more about that, but when you're down 7-0, it's a huge series.
No question. And now J.J. Cole, the quarterback, inside handoff, and that is Kadoff, and he's got the first down. Nice little play. He went outside the left tackle, kind of angled his way left, and he went outside the left tackle and picked up yardage up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, over top of Thomas and Monsivice and found an alley there, and Kadoff just kept him going. You can see, he just followed his blockers. He's a patient runner and found room, and they were able to chisel right through the Dowling defense right there.
Pick up a 14 yards and a Ankeny first down. This drive started back at the 29-yard line, so here's Cole again and gives the handoff to Kadoff. He fakes the end around, but Kadoff dives into the line and maybe up to the 45-yard line, pick up a 2 to bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they run that motion, that distractor. It looks like window dressing, and you're just waiting for that one time when someone doesn't follow through, and then they're going to hand it off out there. 3 yards. Ankeny Centennial is going to be patient and want to do that, grind it out, and then take their shot deep.
2nd down 7 for the Hawks. J.J. Cole at quarterback, 6'6", 230-pound and a junior. And the read option, Cole fires the left side. Pass is caught. Nice reception over there by their wide receiver, and I believe that was Ryan Crandall.
Crandall, who I don't believe maybe had one reception coming into the game, and tonight is someone that has JJ's attention back there. JJ Cole's attention is someone they're going to. Corners are giving them those outs, and they're playing off. They're giving that cushion, and those 4-yard outs, 5-yard outs are there every time right now.
And Cole's got that big-time arm. He doesn't run a lot, but he can sling it. All right, Ankeny with a 3rd and 2 from the Dowling 49. 2 receivers right, 1 to left. Low snap, and Cole's going to have to do it himself. He puts his head down. He was shy of the first down at the 48-yard line. He did gain a yard, but that was kind of not a busted play, but he didn't handle the snap very well, Matt, and that cost him a couple steps.
Yeah, it did. I didn't quite see what happened on that snap, but he had to fumble around with it a little bit, and here Ankeny is going to make a different decision they did in the last series, or the first series, and it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 1.
Well, they didn't go for it the first time they were in Dowling territory. They got all the way down to Dowling 42, and they punted. Now they're going for it. 2 tight ends, a receiver on each side of the formation. Kadoff in the backfield, quarterback sneak by Cole, and he puts his head down. Looks like he has it. First down, Ankeny at the 46 of Dowling, and pick up a 2.
Right there, Cole used that 6'6", 230 frame and climbed right in behind his center, Ryan Mayer, and 6'2", 235, and leaned forward and got the first down.
Dowling defense out there, Jalen Pettis, Cody Hikas, Chase Patton, Owen Weber. We'll see Carson Hagan at times up front. And the linebackers, Kellen Shimon, Adam Townsend, Joe Hughes, Noah Seamer. And the cornerbacks for Dowling are Joe Reed and Matt Hanton. And Jake Anderson and Blake Anderson playing the safety spot. So it's first down, Ankeny Hawks from the 46 of Dowling, and they fake the end around. They give it up the middle to Kadolf, and he gets inside the 45, down to the 43. He'll pick up 3, and he'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Ankeny Hawks.
Right there, Joe Hughes comes up and makes a good play from his linebacker position. Again, he's clean. No defenders on him. Is able to hit the alley and get a hit on Kadolf early, so it limits it to a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain.
2nd down, 7. We're approaching the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. It's Ankeny 7, Dowling Catholic nothing here on Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Now penalty flags down, and this will be offside against Dowling. So this will be 5 yards against the Maroons. That'll put the ball down inside the 40-yard line at the 38.
An interesting call. You don't see that very often in the middle of the field, and this defense, the way things are going right now, cannot afford to give up 5 unearned yards.
They call Joe Reed offside for Dowling. 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 2 now for the Hawks. Line of scrimmage is a Dowling 38. Ankeny going left to right. Now the ball snapped over Cole's head, and he'll just fall on it back inside the 45 of Ankeny. So a big loss there on the fumbled snap.
Boy, that's a drive changer right there. When all of a sudden you lose, what are you going to lose? 20 yards on that, and that ball didn't just barely go over his head. That was a long ways back, and it bounced a long ways. So the Dowling defense gets a little break here, catches a break, and now it's 3rd and 21.
19-yard loss that time, Mr. Mainring. It's 3rd and a quarter of a mile. 3rd and 21 for Ankeny. The ball back on their own 43-yard line. J.J. Cole again works out of the shotgun. One receiver on each side of the formation, Godolphin, and they hand off and scampers up near the 50-yard line. He'll be dropped right about the 48. He'll pick up 5 and will bring up 4th down for the Hawks.
Again, when your defense is playing as well as Ankeny's is playing right now, you can run that conservative play on 3rd and 21, hand it up the middle to Godolphin, and say, okay, we're going to punt the ball away and let our defense do the work.
So the Hawks will bring in the punting team, led by Max Pelham, averaging about 45 yards a punt in the first couple games. Brock Adamson is the snapper, the long snapper, and back deep for Dowling is Cooper Nicholson. Here's a high end-over-end punt, fielded by Cooper Nicholson at the 7. Return is left, outside the 20, gets a block, 25, and he's tripped up shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be first down Dowling. No penalty flags down, and a nice punt return that time by the Maroons.
It was a good punt return, and it was a good punt by Pelham, and a better return there for the Maroons, and gives this offense a little bit. Maybe this will be the little spark they need. Something, as we've said, you said pregame. What's their identity going to be? And they're trying to find it.
Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. That's where John Chido was at after that 21-yard return.
Now they want to establish the run and stay ahead of the chains on 1st and 2nd down. 1st and 2nd down is big for Dowling in their offense getting going.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They got 9 yards on 1st down from Phillip, and then they just kind of went backwards. Back to throw is the quarterback, and that is Jake English. Tried to hit his tight end that time, Jalen Thompson, and pass was there, and it was incomplete.
A little low for Jalen to pick it up, and he's one of those kids that, that they're trying to get involved in this offense, as he can become a game changer with the frame that he has on him, and so trying to get him the ball early is not a surprise and set a tone.
All right, 2nd and 10 Maroons. Receiver at each side of the formation with 2 tight ends here. In motion is Carson Brown. Haven't heard his name called a lot tonight. And I'll give it to the tailback that time for the Maroons. That's Cam Middleton trying to run outside, and he cuts it upfield and gets across the 25 up to about the 26-yard line. A gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Dowling, 3rd and 8.
Will Cornwell on the stop for the Hawks, and Cam looked like he had a little bit of a gap there and started to accelerate, but Ankeny closed it up and creates this 3rd and long situation.
Tandem Webb Tate, Jackson Pennygroth. Now back to throw is English. He fires the ball downfield. It's caught right at midfield. Cooper Nicholson, I believe. Yes, first down Dowling at midfield. Jake had some time to throw, set his feet, and threw a bullet. Of course, he just signed with Ellsworth to play baseball, and he threw a fastball to Cooper Nicholson for a first down.
He did, and the Ankeny's running this too deep zone coverage with their safeties, and it allowed the middle of the field to be wide open, and Nicholson hit that seam, and Jake English hit him in stride.
24-yard gain on the play. Jake English to Cooper Nicholson. First down, Dowling at midfield. Here's the snap, and it's Dante Cataldo in there, and he gives it to the Dowling tailback, Cam Middleton. He goes up the gut and down to about the 46, maybe the 47-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. And a nice run that time, 3, maybe 4 yards out of that, Matt.
Cam Middleton, that's the type of runner he is. He is such a, what do I want to call it? When he gets going, a momentum runner, he gets moving, and that second and third push from him are so important, and that changes. That's when he is most effective.
So Dante Cataldo, the 6-foot sophomore, came in for one snap, and that is the end of the first quarter with the score here at Valley Stadium. Ankeny 7, Dowling nothing. And we'll be back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This is Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium, about ready to start the second quarter. I want to thank Bozen DeFlores, along with Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio's coverage of Dowling Catholic football in our 45th year of broadcasting. Mark Amadale, Matt Manning, and John Chido. And handoff on first down to start the second quarter to Cam Middleton. And he tries to go over center after he gets the handoff, Matt, and he had nowhere to go.
He got hit in the backfield initially, slowed him up and slid to the side, and then Sean Gavin for the Hawks came in there and made the tackle for a loss in the backfield. And Gavin's had quite a few of those this year. I think he's already got 5. Yeah, 5 tackle for losses this year already.
Well, 2-yard loss on the play to bring up 3rd and 8 Dowling. Line of scrimmage is the Ankeny 48. 7-0. The Ankeny Hawks lead Dowling Catholic here as we start the second quarter. Dowling going left to right towards the south end zone. Back to throw as Cooper is English. And the ball is intercepted, intended for Cooper Nicholson. And playing both ways tonight, Ryan Crandall. He's caught some big passes. He just caught another one. He intercepted English at the 40-yard line and returned near midfield. And another Dowling turnover here in the first half.
Yeah, the overthrow went right to Crandall, and it was like the ball was thrown to Crandall. And Jake had a little bit of pressure up in his face, and it didn't allow him to finish his throwing motion, and so the ball stayed up high.
Right.
And he wasn't able to follow through, and so then the ball rises and takes off and overshoots his receiver.
Well, another turnover for Dowling Catholic, John Chido, so the Maroon offense is not clicking yet.
Yeah, and Jake threw the ball where it's supposed to be. I don't think the receivers and the quarterbacks are in tune here, because that's the second time. The first one was to Jake Thompson, and I don't think he got his head across. That one, the same situation. The receiver didn't get his head across enough, because I think if he would have been able to catch that ball.
All right, Cole, the handoff to Godolphin. He is stacked up right at the point of attack. And, it's a Dowling number that ends in 1 that made the stop. And guess who's back?
There's
Mata Brua with the tackle. He swarmed him in loss of 1 back to the 47.
Yeah, Mata Brua there with a nice tackle. And, He did. It swallowed him up is probably a good thing. He caught him in the backfield, threw him down,
Yes.
and had to feel good for Mata. I think that might. I don't know if he was in a series before that or not. To get out there finally.
Second down 11, Ankeny. They go right to left. They'll have the wind behind them tonight here at Valley Stadium in the second quarter. Back to throw is Cole, and he fires it out. A little screen pass, and it's caught. And dancing around with the football, rather, is Owen Summers on the catch.
Pretty good coverage by the Dowling defense, and you could see when you see that play happening and all the linemen, all the defensive linemen are going through untouched. You're thinking screen right away, and the linebackers read it and made the play.
I'll check that. It's McCullough on the catch. It's down. It's up to the 50-yard line. Gain of 3. McCullough with his first reception. That's the young man Dowling was concerned about. All right, and now here's Cole. Handoff to Godolph, and he's struggling to get the first down. Breaks the tackle. He's finally corralled inside the 40. Picks up the first down.
They got through and was hit initially, and then got sideways and was able to keep his feet going, broke the tackle, brings it outside. And then we have a little extracurricular afterwards here. This might go against Dowling. There's a flag on the field.
All the way down to the 37-yard line, so a 13-yard run. I'm not sure if it was 6 or 7. It's one of the Andersons if that's the case, and that'll tack on some more. So Godolph, a 13-yard run, a penalty against Dowling, and they'll mark it off from the 37 of Dowling, and it'll be a first down. Hawks at the Dowling 22.
Adam Townsend had him in his grasp there for a little bit, but Godolph is a strong runner, and you got to get those legs wrapped up strongly, and he was able to break through and get the first down and the penalty on top of it.
All right, 7-0 Ankeny. Cole on read option. He'll give it to Godolph, and he bowls his way inside towards the 20-yard line to pick up a 2 to bring up 2nd and 8 for Ankeny. They're trying to grind the clock down here with 9.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 7-0 Ankeny.
And both games this year, Dowling has started this way with the defense on the field most of the first half and the offense struggling. Both times they've been able to avoid a 2-touchdown deficit going into half, and so it's important here to get a stop. Even if it's a field goal, that's a win for the defense here.
All right, here is Cole, and he'll give it to Godolph, trying to get outside. Outside the numbers he goes, angling for the far sideline, inside the 5, and he's got the first down. They'll mark him out back at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, you get the defense got walled off there at the line of scrimmage, and whoever had contained got sealed inside as they pulled both 67 and 57, and they collapsed that edge, and then Godolph jukes one runner, and he's down the sideline.
So a gain of 13 on the play for Ankeny, and it's first and goal Hawks at the Dowling 7 with under 9 minutes remaining first quarter. 7-0 Ankeny. They scored first on their opening possession. They went 3 plays after our second possession after a Dowling interception. They went 3 plays, 40 yards, and it was Godolph on a 3-yard touchdown reception from quarterback J.J. Cole. Now we're going to have a timeout called. We'll take one ourselves. 8:58 remaining, second quarter, 7-0 Ankeny over Dowling Catholic here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. After an Ankeny timeout, it'll be first and goal for the Hawks as they go right to left towards the north end zone here at Valley Stadium. Cole under center to give to Godolph, and he's going right up the gut over center, and he makes his way down to the 5-yard line to pick up a 2 to bring up second and goal from the Dowling 5.
Well, that play, gets you nervous from the Dowling standpoint of they had good pressure up front, and Kadolf was able to keep his feet, and he's dancing around back there and able to find his seam and squeeze a couple yards out of it. You're just worried he's going to bounce that thing to the edge. But the Dowling defense did a good job of keeping him contained there between the tackles.
So this is the seventh play on this Ankeny drive that started back at their own 48-yard line after the interception. All right, Cole work out of the shotgun. Kadolf in the backfield, a receiver at each side of the formation. Now Cole wants to run, runs to his left, fires in the end zone, finds a man, touchdown. Touchdown Ankeny. And Cole running to his left found Brady McCullough right near the goalpost. Touchdown Ankeny from 5 yards out.
Pettis had a chase on Cole, and Cole was able to get his shoulders squared up and throw it to McCullough wide open in the back of the end zone, right by the goalpost. And as they cleared, you see a couple Dowling defenders in that crossing pattern got tied up, which freed McCullough up.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you by Northwest Bank, Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Kemen. Now the extra point, ball down, and the kick is up, and it is good by Max Pelham on the hold from Austin Bailey and the snap from Brock Adamson. So Ankeny now leads 14-0 over Dowling Catholic, 8:14 remaining here in the second quarter. Back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Thank you, Ashworth.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
For Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for supporting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. 515-225-6742. Online at Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Ankeny taking advantage of a Dowling turnover. They go 7 plays, 52 yards. Interception by Crandall. Ryan Crandall with the interception. And then Ankeny goes 7 plays, 52 yards, capped off by McCullough. Brady McCullough's 5-yard touchdown reception from quarterback J.J. Cole. He's thrown for 2 tonight. And here's a kickoff by Ankeny and Pelham, and he kicks to the end zone. So it'll be first down, Dowling from their own 20-yard line. We haven't heard from John Chido in a while, but Dowling's 2 turnovers have led to 2 Ankeny touchdowns here, Johnny, in the first half.
Yeah, the offense starts getting things going. Big play, nice pass play over the middle. Things are starting to go their way, and then you have a couple setbacks, and then the turnover. And then defensively, when you get a 15 yards added on to already a big gain, that's already put your backs to the end zone right away. And J.J. Cole with that rollout there and with that time and being able to see and throw back with his arm strength, that's tough to defend, but you cannot let him sit back there and do that to you.
Yeah, no question about that, John. Thank you for that report of the Dowling sideline. Ankeny 14-0 over Dowling, and now the Maroons back to the ground game. They give it to Cam Middleton, and he goes from his own 20-yard line. He gets up over the 25 there, man.
I think that one was C.J. Phillip on this series, and so as they rotate those backs in these different series, number 30, C.J. Phillip is out there right now. And nice run as he knifed through there. And really important for this Dowling offense to get some a series going and string about 7 plays together.
So it's 2nd and 4 Maroons as Jake English at quarterback. And the give is to Phillip. And C.J. spins out of a tackle, and he's going to be stacked up for about no gain on the play. Back to remains in the 26-yard line. It gets tough going in there with those Ankeny down linemen. And you look at Sean Gavin, Diego Jackson, Braden Simonson, and Nick Eaton, the front 4. And the linebackers, Jackson Pennygroth, Camden Webb-Tate, Nate Nessa, and Ben Sandvig, the linebackers. Cornerbacks are Reed Johnson and Ben Sandvig, and Ryan Crandall and Will Cornwell, the safety. So tough going in there for the Maroons. Ankeny with 4 returning starters off their state championship game on defense. All right, it's 3rd and 3 Maroons. English out of the shotgun, 3 receivers left. He wants to throw it left, angles it downfield, and the pass is incomplete. We had contact and a penalty flag at midfield.
Yeah. They were able to get him one-on-one out there, and Jake English he likes to throw that deep ball to the edge, and he was able to throw one out there and get the call.
And it was Cooper Nicholson, the intended receiver, getting flagged for Ankeny is Ryan Crandall, who already has an interception. And
when those receivers are running when those DBs are running with the receivers step for step, and the ball is underthrown, and that receiver has to slow up, and then the defensive back runs over him. It's hard to stop, but you got to call it.
So it'll be a first down Dowling at the 41-yard line. Officials are
was there another penalty on top of it? I don't know what's going on here.
The offense is already up to the line of scrimmage. They'll move it back. Let's take a look here. I want to thank Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and Kemen here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. They're going to measure for a first down, I believe.
No,
they're not.
Move the sticks. There they go. I think we got things situated now.
All right, 42-yard line. I was off a yard. I had the 41, so it'll be first down Maroons. With 6:50 remaining, second quarter. Dowling trailing. It's 14-0. Ankeny ranks 6th this week, and Dowling ranks 2nd. Both teams 1-1 records. Now the read option, English to give, right up the gut. Turning the corner is Phillip, and CJ across the 45 up near the 46. He'll gain 4 yards.
Nice run by C.J. Phillip as he let the play develop in front of him, which was a good move, and he found that weak side seam, cut it back, and was able to get some yardage up the field before Braden Simonson drug him down from behind.
Second down and 6 for the Maroons. 6:20. The game clock continues to run here in the first half. Ankeny has 2 timeouts left. Dowling has all 3 of theirs. And the give once again is to the tailback, C.J. Phillip, and he spins out of a tackle and may have fell forward for a half a yard. And they're going to put the ball down right around the 47, so little or no gain there.
Tough sled into the middle of that Ankeny defense, and right there, that was Diego Jackson able to latch on to CJ and drag him down. So a familiar situation for the Dowling offense. 3rd and 5, 3rd and long. You're looking for these 3rd and 2,
right.
3rd and 1, and 3rd and 5, which ends up being a passing situation.
All right, 2 receivers left, tight end, double tight ends in there. English on the read option gives to C.J. Phillip, but he swarmed under. Tried to run right, and everything collapsed. A lot of white shirts in the backfield. Those are the Ankeny Hawk defenders making the stop back at the 44-yard line, a loss of 3.
They're bringing 6 guys up there into that front and able to make things happen up there as again, that was Diego Jackson just stood up the offensive lineman and forced CJ inside, and that allowed the linebackers to make the play.
All right, John Cole into punt for Dowling. Gets a good snap from Hagan, and it's a high end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded at the 25-yard line. Ball's touched and it's loose, and Dowling and Ankeny defenders all over it inside the 20-yard line.
Football.
And they'll give it to the Maroons. Fair catch no fair catch was signaled by Ankeny, and I'm not sure. They have 4 guys back there at times: McCullough, Cornwall, Simonson, and Reed Johnson, and they didn't fair catch it.
No.
It was a muff punt, and you can't advance it, but you can fall on it, and it's a first down Dowling.
That's correct. It goes back to where the ball was first touched. So let's see how we can see the replay here on this TV. So this will be at the 20, probably should be at the 25-yard line because that's where the first touch is. It doesn't matter where it gets recovered, but they're going to put the ball at the 18. We won't say anything and move forward.
Reed Johnson was back on coverage, and it'll be first down Dowling. We'll go down to John Chido after this play. First down Maroons at the 18-yard line of Ankeny. Maroons trying to get something and take advantage of an Ankeny turnover. English back to throw, throws it in the end zone, and he tried to find Cooper Nicholson on the near side here. Incomplete. Well defended by Reed Johnson. And let's go down to John Chido. Let's see if the Maroon offense, Johnny, can take advantage of this turnover.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed. We're finally on this side of the 50 inside the red zone for the first time, or almost inside the red zone, but great recovery. There was no fair catch, and Dowling was able to jump on that football, but they need to capitalize on this turnover.
So it's second down and 10 Maroons from the 18-yard line, 4:43 remaining. Dowling in Ankeny territory here in the second quarter. Handoff to the backfield and hit and dropped once again is Cam Middleton, who's back there and can't get out of the backfield. Ankeny has been in our backfield all evening.
That was Donnie Brown straight back there as he shot through. They're on a run blitz and came through untouched into the backfield. And actually, there ended up being 2-3 guys back there. Right now, Ankeny is saying we can man up with your guys on the edge. So they're manned up on the edge, and they're bringing everybody else into the box and say, okay, let's go play football. And right now, someone on the edge is going to have to make a play.
All right, Cooper Nicholson, Andrew Bliss, and Carson Brown split out wide left. 3 receivers to left, tight end on the right. That's Thompson. Back to throw English. Fires over the middle, and he overthrew his intended receiver on a quick slant, and that was Carson Brown. And he may have had a touchdown there.
He was open. He had a seam there, and Jake just got a little too much on it as it shot over him. And as Carson found the seam in the middle of the field. That was the right read. Just the ball didn't get on the target.
All right, 4th and 15 now for Dowling. The ball's on the Ankeny 24-yard line, they'll call it, with 3:56 remaining here in the second quarter. Dowling will attempt the field goal 40 yards as the Maroons will attempt the field goal. And the holder is Jake English. The ball is down, and this is Diego Leon from 40 yards out. Kick is up, and it's good. So Diego Leon from 40 yards out. Good snap by Carson Hagan. The hold by Jake English, and the field goal by Diego Leon puts Dowling on the board. It's 14-3. Ankeny with the lead. 3:51 remaining second quarter. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. And at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat and Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Find God.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Dowling capitalizing on an Ankeny turnover. Diego Leon on a 40-yard field goal. Here's a kickoff by Dowling, and it's fielded by the Hawks. And they return it just across the 30, maybe to the 33-yard line, as the Maroons now get on the board with 3:45 remaining here in the second quarter. 14-3 is our score. Ankeny with the lead over Dowling as we approach halftime. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and that is where John Chidle's at. John?
The play before the two plays before the field goal, when Dowling tried to run the stretch play, when you have a blitzing linebacker that comes underneath and blew up that play, and that's what happened with the stretch play. But Jalen Thompson wide open on that kind of slant out of his position with that safety playing back. If we hit that like you guys said, that's a touchdown. Dowling was able to score 3 points on those turnovers, where Ankeny has been able to come away with 2 touchdowns off the turnovers.
Yeah, that's a good point, Johnny. Dowling is settled for field goals, and Ankeny's gotten touchdowns. And now J.J. Cole trying to avoid pressure, and he's sacked in the backfield. Nice job that time by the Dowling defense, as everybody was covered on that first down play from the Ankeny 33. Matt?
Cody Hikus gets credit for the sack on that play, as they stayed with it, stayed on course, and was able to drag J.J. down from behind. And that's the first time they've really had pressure on J.J. Cole back there. And so that's what needs to happen for that Dowling defense to be successful. They can't let him stand back there and just throw the football.
So loss of 5 on the sack by Hikus. It'll bring up 2nd and 15 Ankeny, and now read option that gives the tailback Kadolf, and the Dowling defense now picks up the pace a little bit as Kadolf is stopped at the 27, and we got
probably a timeout, I would imagine, by Dowling here to stop the clock.
Yep. So no gain on the play, and we'll take a break. It'll be 3rd and 16, Ankeny from their own 28-yard line. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And it's 14-3, Ankeny leading Dowling Catholic. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And we're back here at the Valley Stadium as Ankeny now with a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 from their own 28. The handoff to Godolphin. He gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That'll result in another Dowling timeout. So the Maroons have 1 left. We'll keep it here with 2:53 remaining here in the first half. Ankeny 14, Dowling Catholic 3. Mark Amadale joined by Matt Mainring. And down on the Dowling sideline tonight, it's Catholic Football League night, and that is where John Chido is. And, John, if you got Andy Jepson, the president, around, put him on mic. But what a night for them.
Yeah, of course, now he's all the way down toward the locker room, so I'm going to make my way down there. But our timing is perfect. But this is a big possession for Dowling. They got plenty of time with their 2-minute offense and try to get some points on the board before half. Number one, you got to field this punt because it's going to be a good punt. The Ankeny kickers are always good, so you got to field the punt and allow to get some type of good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, Pelham for Ankeny. It's Max Pelham will stand back at his own 16-yard line awaiting the snap. Good snap. Punt gets away, and he turns it over. Forces Dowling inside the 30, and the Maroons have it. And that is not Cooper Nix. That's Blake Anderson on the return. He tries to return left, and he's hit and brought down inside the 40. It'll be a first down Dowling with 1 timeout here, Matt. The Dowling offense takes the field, trailing 14-3.
1 timeout, but flags on the field, so we're going to get the famous block in the back on the return.
So they'll mark it off from the 36-yard line is where Anderson
on the return,
was.
illegal block on back. 31, 10 yards from the spot.
They'll get Jack Moore for the Dowling penalty. And that'll move the ball back with 2:41 remaining here in the first half.
Couple scores quick. We got Valley up on Urbandale 14-0 in the first half, and Iowa City High, where we're going next week, they are up 7-3 over Ames.
The home of Tim Dwight and his camp. That's the last time I was there, back when my son was in middle school.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when you were No? No. That wouldn't have been Tim Dwight. It might have been.
No, it was Tim Dwight. All right, English back to throw. Dowling on first down. Quick pass that's caught right around the 28-yard line by the tight end Thompson. And Jalen makes the catch for a short gain.
There's a young man that we said earlier. He's got to get involved in this offense because he can be a game changer and has the athletic ability to do that and needs to be a presence.
All right, 2nd and 5, the 5-yard gain that time from Jake English to Jalen Thompson. English now quarterback draw, and he's tripped up right at the 30-yard line. Didn't get far, a couple yards. Game clock running at 2:05, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
3rd and 3, and Jake English is sitting there, had a little pressure, got flushed, and decided to just eat it on 2nd down and give himself a better look here on 3rd down as Dowling spreads the field with the formation.
3rd and 3 Maroons on their own 30-yard line. Game clock at 1:45. Back to throw is English. Has 3 receivers right. He'll run left, cross the 30, and he's run out of bounds, shy of the 35-yard line.
Smart play by English, running out of bounds right there and saving. Not going to give him the first down.
No, I don't think they. Yeah, they are. First down, English. Nice job by Jake. Knew where the marker was, and he's got the first down at the 33.
So they keep the drive moving here. Is 140 left, and again, you're thinking maybe field goal position, get the ball down the field. Can we hit something? It's hitting a seam in here somewhere as they've been given the middle of the field. So keep your eye on the middle of the field as Jake drops back.
All right, C.J. Phillip in the backfield alongside English. Here's a snap, 2 receivers right. English throws left, and he throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Carson Brown was the closest Maroon to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the Dowling 33. Minute 35 remaining here in the second quarter. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandering, John Chido. And, of course, we'll have halftime. Carolyn Kirchhoff will join us. She's here. She's right behind you, Matt. And I haven't paid my membership yet, so I may need to borrow money. Chido didn't leave me any.
He didn't leave you
I got to pay my Dowling Club membership, and I'm going to get you want to do the interview? I got some questions here you can ask her.
It's all you, Mark.
I may have to go back to
you run down to the car?
I have to find the checkbook.
Yeah.
I am overdue. All right, it is 2nd and 10 now for Dowling. Ball on their own 33-yard line. English back to throw, 2 receivers each side. Jake's going to run it. And right up the gut over center, up to the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 2, and the clock will run at minute 25.
These are those times that's hard to replicate in practice consistently for the quarterback situation. How long do you get on your reads? A lot of times you get more time in practice than you do in a game.
Right.
And so the simulation here for Jake is awful difficult, and as you see him try to adjust and ends up pulling the ball down quicker sometimes.
3rd and 8 Dowling, ball on their own 35. 3 receivers right. English throws right. Angles the ball up, out of bounds. It's caught by Cooper Nicholson, but he was out of bounds at the 50-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 57 seconds and bring up 4th and 8 for the Maroons from their own 35.
Ankeny Centennial was able to get a lot of pressure on that series. That front three of Sean
Hawks.
Gavin, or the Hawks, yeah. What did I say?
You said Centennial.
Centennial.
Oh, yeah. We're all good for those.
Okay. Gavin, Jackson, and Simonson were able to get in there and make Jake make a decision quickly and throw the ball up to the sideline.
All right, twin safeties back for Ankeny at their own 35-yard line, awaiting the punt by Dowling. Let's see if that's Cole in there. We've seen Vinay kick also. Cole, it's a punt off. It's a high. Bearcat signal for in traffic and making the catch at the 35-yard line. Nice job by Ankeny. And I'll tell you what, he had to fall forward. The Hawks have 4 guys that are back there at times. They'll put 2 at a time. So that's telling me somebody hasn't won the job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Coach Nelson's looking for that punt returner. We'll take a break. 50 seconds remaining. 14-3 is our score here in the second quarter. Ankeny with the lead over Dowling. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and that is where John Chido is at. John?
Well, when you go that empty look and you're trying to hit Andrew Bliss down the seam there, because if he gets by that interior linebacker, and gets him to turn around with them, it's wide open. There's no one behind him. But it's hard to do that when you got that much pressure coming.
All right, John, we'll look forward to your report with Tom Wilson here coming up. And there's a pass over the middle, and it's caught right at midfield. Nice job that time. That might be McCullough. And it was. McCullough with a big catch that time. On first down, and Ankeny's wanting to score. They're in business here.
This is where they want to be.
19-yard reception. Cole back to throw, wants to run now. Throws it downfield, and he throws it out of bounds inside the 30-yard line of Dowling. That'll stop the clock with 34 seconds. Now Ankeny with 2 timeouts remaining. Dowling has 1. We have 34 seconds left in the half, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10 Hawks.
Keep everything in front of you. That's what the secondary is thinking right now, is make sure you keep everything in front of you and don't let that receiver get behind you, because we know that Cole can throw it down to the end zone. He's going to be able to throw that ball a long ways, and so here it's important. Don't let him get his feet set. Need some defensive pressure in his face.
McCullough lines up just outside the left tight end. Here's a snap. Cole looks right, and he fires it out. It's caught by Kadolf out of bounds. A little drag route to the right of the formation inside the Dowling, at the 48-yard line of Dowling, gain of 2.
Joe Hughes read the play really well. Comes up, makes a play, gets a stop, short gain, and it did stop the clock. What was the time on the clock before that play started, Mark?
Not much. 36, 35 seconds, something like that. Quick hitter.
Yeah. It didn't seem like much went off the clock there.
It didn't. It didn't. Now we got a timeout on the field. This will be Ankeny's timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. 30 seconds left in the half, and it's 14-3. Ankeny leads Dowling. They're in the second quarter. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium out of the timeout by Ankeny. Both teams have one each with 26 seconds remaining. And the pass went to the right side, incomplete by the Hawks. That'll bring up 4th and 9 for Ankeny. Clock stopped with 26 seconds, so the Maroons will have one more shot with the football here, trailing 14-3 to the Ankeny Hawks, Matt.
Great play by Jake Anderson there on the sideline. Breaks that play up as it would have been close to a first down and probably would have been made Ankeny's decision a little bit different right here. And so Jake breaks the play up on the edge and forces the punt.
Maroons aren't buying this is going to be a punt as they bring in their punter Pelham, and he gets it away. Nobody back, and they'll just let him kick it. It's going to be angling to the near sideline. This is going to go out of bounds at the 5-yard line, so it'll be first down Dowling from their own 5. Beautiful punt of 43 yards by Max Pelham. And that'll stop the clock with 17 seconds remaining.
It also changes your way of thinking as you go back out here offensively as well.
Yeah, it does.
As that ball bounces out the 5-yard line.
Maroons deep in their own territory. They have one timeout left. I don't think much is going to happen here with 17 seconds remaining in the half. Let's go down to John Scheidel on the Dowling sideline. And Johnny, I know you're going to talk to Coach Wilson here at halftime. They got an uphill climb, trailing 14-3.
Yeah, they do, but they get the ball to start the second half, so you don't want to do anything crazy here. Get out of this half and come out and you get the ball to start the second half and hopefully get things going offensively.
Yep, the Maroons will take a knee, and Ankeny will not stop the clock, so we'll go to halftime with the Ankeny Hawks leading Dowling 14-3 here at Valley Stadium on week 3 of the high school football season. Dowling ranked second by Radio Iowa. Ankeny ranked 6th, both teams with records of 1-1. And our thanks to Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. I also want to thank Kemen, along with Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Northwest Bank, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Let's go down on the field. That's where John Scheidel has the Dowling head coach, Tom Wilson. Johnny?
Well, Coach, Ankeny was able to capitalize on 2 turnovers that led to their 2 scores. You were able to get 3 points on the board. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I guess for the 3rd week in a row, our defense is, trying to keep us in it. We're scuffling on offense. We've missed some throws. We've screwed some things up at the line of scrimmage. We've got to find some offense to take the pressure off the defense.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
John Scheidel with head coach Tom Wilson as we go to halftime with the Ankeny Hawks leading Dowling by the score of 14-3. Matt, you have any updated scores? If not, you can just read what you had earlier.
Iowa City is now up on Ames 14-3 right before the half. Valley, Urbandale late in the second quarter, 14-0 Valley. And scrolling through here, I think those are all the ones that are important for us right now. So,
all right,
you have stats.
Yeah, we do. Jared Seifert comes up here with the stats. We'll read them, and we'll take a break here with the halftime score. Ankeny 14, Dowling Catholic 3. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring, John Scheidel on the broadcast tonight. Ankeny total offense 117 yards, Dowling with 53. The Maroons have 28 yards in the air and 25 yards rushing. Ankeny with 40 yards rushing and 77 yards in the air. Penalties, Ankeny with 1 penalty for 15 yards, Dowling 4 penalties for 40 yards. Hawks with 10 first downs, Dowling with just 3 first downs in the first half. Jake English, 2 completions and 11 attempts, 28 yards and 2 interceptions in the first half for the Maroons. J.J. Cole, the Ankeny quarterback, 9 of 11 passing, 77 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in the first half. C.J. Philp, leading ball carrier for Dowling, 7 carries, 16 yards. Jake English, 3 carries for 7 yards, and Cam Middleton, 5 carries for 2 yards. For Ankeny, Colin Kadolf, their leading ball carrier, 12 carries, 58 yards in the first half. And J.J. Cole, 5 carries for 3 yards. Also in there for Ankeny, Nate Nessa with 1 carry for 3 yards. For Dowling, the leading receiver is Cooper Nicholson, 1 catch for 23 yards. Jalen Townsend, 1 catch for 5 yards. For the Ankeny Hawks, their leading receiver in the first half is Brady McCullough with 4 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Ryan Crandall, 3 catches for 16 yards. And out of the backfield, their tailback, Colin Kadolf, 2 catches, 4 yards, and a touchdown to lead Ankeny. So again, total yardage in the first half unofficially, Ankeny with 117 yards and Dowling with 53. And our thanks to Jared Seifert, who is keeping the numbers for the Dowling coaching staff. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk Dowling Club membership. Don't go too far, Mr. Manning. I may need to borrow and renew my membership. We'll find out. Carolyn Kirchhoff will join us. Her husband, Randy, came bearing gifts. I'll show our viewers that when we come back. Halftime, Ankeny 14, Dowling 3 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
At Holt Plumbing and Heating, our team is clean-cut, professionally dressed, and always training to be the best. We have families too, and we understand that nothing is more important than keeping them safe and comfortable. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. A high-quality job with a smile and a little extra wow. I would like to personally invite you to experience Holt Plumbing and Heating and find out why, for over 70 years, families all over Central Iowa say, "Let Holt handle that."
Dowling Club is back. It never went away. They're celebrating an anniversary this year. Carolyn, welcome on this Friday night.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is the first time I've been really involved with the Dowling Club since I started at Dowling Catholic High School 2 years ago, and I'm so excited. I've had my 2 daughters my oldest one was an athlete at Dowling, and my youngest daughter is a volleyball player, so I know the good work that the Dowling Club does, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Well, we're glad to have you. I know you and Coach Wilson talked about the Dowling Club. Last report, because I get a membership renewal every once in a while, and it stopped. And I'm just being honest here, folks, and Carolyn knows this. Ron Gray might have been the last guy that sent me that. He might have been heading it up 10, 15 years ago. And you know what Ron Gray means to Dowling. He's the golf coach, former wrestling coach, and if he's running it, something's up. So now you're running it, and it's under your direction. Folks, this is going to come back. It's been in existence for 80 years, started back in 1941, and how do we get back with the Dowling Club, and what is this all about,
Okay,
Carolyn?
we're going to make it so easy for everybody.
Okay.
So you can go to dowlingcatholic.org and click on the athletics button, and it'll take you to the Dowling Club page, and we give you lots of options. So there's 3 different options for membership.
Okay.
For our future Maroons, which would be K through 8, it's a $100 membership, and our little fellows can get into any game, meet, or match for free. And our next membership is a $250 level for any adult.
Okay.
And that's, again, any entry into any game, meet, or match. And you also get a 15% off coupon to our famous campus store. So get some merch over there at a discount. And then we have the family package, which is really great. So that is 2 adult memberships and then 2 future Maroons.
Okay.
And that is $600.
So how does the Dowling Club get involved with helping the Dowling teams, including their coaches and players? What's the backstory on that?
So the Dowling Club really has been taking care of the players and the coaches since 1941.
Okay.
So any membership or any donation to the Dowling Club goes to everything from transportation to food to equipment and everything in between. So I know personally my daughter plays on the volleyball team. They just got new uniforms this year, and the Dowling Club helped with that.
Sure.
So it could be equipment for football. It could be a number of things, but transportation, banquets, and coaching salaries. So we want to attract and maintain the great coaches that we have at Dowling Catholic.
This is with Carolyn Kirchhoff. She is the Events and Community Engagement Manager at Dowling Catholic High School. We're not talking about any of that, or maybe we are, but we're talking Dowling Club.
Dowling Club.
Here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Halftime 14-3, Ankeny leads Dowling. And Carolyn, we're going to go right into the different types of memberships. There's different memberships, maybe it isn't one size fits all. You kind of mentioned, you touched on that a little bit with if you have kids in grade school, or middle school rather, going to Dowling. I have a daughter, it's an 8th grader, who will be at Dowling next year. So talk about the different packages.
So that would be a great example for a Future Maroon.
Okay.
And with a membership like the Future Maroon, the adult, or the Family Pass, we're also doing special events just for our Dowling Club members.
Okay.
So tonight we did a tailgate before the game. And
I saw them down there.
Yes, we had the grill fired up. We were giving away lots of prizes.
Mm-hmm.
Our coaches are so generous, and they dropped off a bunch of team gear for us. So we had a prize wheel. Everybody was spinning the wheel, winning a T-shirt. I mean, cheer and dance and track and cross country, volleyball. They all had donated something. It was great to see
awesome.
our Dowling Club members going away and representing all of our great sports.
So an adult membership to the Dowling Club, what does that get you?
Okay, so that is the adult membership is one person for $250,
Okay.
and that is entry into everything. So, and that's also really good for our band parents, our cheer parents, our dance parents, because they're attending all the sporting events also to see their athletes perform, and so we invite them to join either as an adult or a family pass.
All right, and then you got the family membership, and that's pretty good savings. And talk about how many memberships you get with that.
So the family pack is 2 adults and 2 Future Maroons. And so that'll get you covered. So if you have lots of littles and you've got some athletes at Dowling, that's a great way to get the whole family in for a great evening of entertainment.
Okay.
And great sports.
Can you hang on for a second? We're going to take a break. The Central Iowa Sports Network and Iowa Catholic Radio. We've got to pay some bills. We'll come back. Carolyn Kirchhoff is my guest here at halftime. I'm Mark Amadale, and it's a 14-3 halftime score. The Ankeny Hawks leading Dowling here in week 3 of the high school football season. Back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium, West Des Moines. Halftime here tonight. The Ankeny Hawks leading Dowling Catholic 14-3 at halftime, joined by Carolyn Kirchhoff from the Dowling office. Let's get the right Events and Community Management Manager at Dowling Catholic High School. Is that right, Carolyn? Yes. And she's a jack of all trades, master of everything. Pancake breakfast, alumni, the auction, all that stuff.
Golf outing.
Golf outing, we'll talk more about that, but we're getting back to the Dowling Club. That's our topic tonight, and I don't think it ever went away, but it's always been there. It's been there for 80 years as you celebrate the anniversary this year, and where we leave off with. I talked to you about family membership, which is a great savings, but some of the bonuses out of it.
Yes, we have all the free entry, but we also get the campus store book discount at the campus bookstore. We're also going to be doing special events just for our Dowling Club members because they are awesome, and all of those memberships go to our athletes and our parents, or our players. and keeping our staff, coaching staff, ready to go. So that's really exciting. We're also working on sponsorships, so any business or company that wants to get in on the action and help support our players, we have some sponsorships available. We started something new this year from our friends at Hummels Nissan. They are great friends and alumni, and they are starting the Sack Attack program. So for every sack our Maroons make during the home games, they are donating $100 to the Dowling Club. And they've also made T-shirts, so the cheerleaders are helping us out. They're going to be throwing those out into the crowd. So we want to get as many sacks as possible. We had 2 last week. We had 1 so far tonight, and the players who make the sack, they will be getting a T-shirt also.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, we had a few. One of them already tonight that got in there.
So exciting.
Now, some guy named Randy brought it up here. Is that your husband that brought this up?
That is my husband. And this was kind of the brainchild of his. And we were just talking about it one night, and we thought, well, this is great. Let's give it a whirl. And so, Hummels have been a great friend. And like I said, Mark, Perry, and Kevin are all alumni, and they're on board.
My wife has bought every car from Hummels in her lifetime, including the one she's driving, so that goes, I won't say way back, but it goes back a ways. So
a few years.
Yeah, a few years. Yeah, thank you. Carolyn Kirchhoff joining me here at halftime from the Dowling Club. Let's talk about some save the dates going on. We got Grandparents' Day, the Grandparents' Mass coming up, and then the old pancake breakfast during the playoffs of football. Talk more about that.
I know. So first we need to get to Grandparents' Mass, and we are so excited to have Mass back on campus and invite all of our special guests. Something that we're going to do differently this year. We noticed that last year when we sent the video out, we were sending the video to our grandparents in, I want to say, 35 states, and we had 4 countries, grandparents outside of the U.S. So not every grandparent can come back. So we're going to live stream it this year.
Ah, okay.
And so for our friends that can't come back, we're going to send it to them, but we will always welcome our special grandparents back on campus to worship together, and it's just beautiful.
That'll be on Thursday, October 7th, 9:30 in the morning is Mass. Save the date. There's plenty of parking over there at the Walmart just east of Dowling, too. That's
and
that right?
You know, the grandparents love to hop on the yellow bus.
Isn't that something?
And come to campus.
All right. And now the next Save the Date is the Pancake Breakfast. That'll be on Sunday, October 24th, and that'll be at the Varied Industries Building back at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, and that's kind of a big event.
It is a big event, and it's special this year. It's the 60th celebration of the Pancake Breakfast. And as I recall, you bought a pancake package at the auction in 2020, and so you will have a reserved table, you'll have reserved parking, you've got your fabulous I Heart Pancake T-shirt that you can be wearing, and you get to bring 7 of your friends and hunker down. For the folks that don't have the pancake package, you can buy tickets online at dowlingcatholic.org and go to the events page. And we've lowered the prices this year because it is the 60th anniversary, so $60 for a set of 12 tickets.
I see. Well, that is a savings. And
it is.
And I appreciate you bringing that information over to my house in person because we couldn't contact anybody a year ago. Remember, so you left it at my doorstep.
Yep.
I wasn't home anyway, but I appreciate it. That's a nice gift basket, and we appreciate she will go the extra mile, Carolyn will, folks, and if you need something. So wrapping this up, how can folks get a hold of you or somebody at Dowling? Obviously, dowlingcatholic.org is the website, but if they want to talk to you in person, they can leave a message. Give them your phone number there.
Please give me a jingle. I'll be happy to help. 222-1095. That's my direct line. Back in the advancement team, and I'd be happy to help with pancake tickets or Grandparents' Mass, sponsorships, Dowling Club. I'm here to help.
T-shirts. You can't go wrong with these T-shirts. I got the sack T-shirt.
$300 so far.
That's
awesome.
Let's go
Maroons.
We got 3 sacks this year. That's right. Pettis and the boys.
Yes.
So, Carolyn, thanks so much. Thanks for all you do at Dowling and the time you put in. Coming out here on a Friday night, trying to celebrate Iowa State week, and you know how that goes.
I know, and I have a Hawkeye. Yeah. I have a daughter over at Iowa, but happy to do it. Just so glad to be at Dowling and be a part of this.
You're blessed to have a Hawkeye. I have 2 Cyclones at home, my wife and daughter, and I'm kind of working on them. I'm working on them. My son's a Hawkeye.
Okay.
But he graduated Iowa State. Go figure that out.
Okay. That's kind of a riddle.
Engineer degree. That's where he got there. So.
All right. Thanks so much for having me. Maybe I'll come back another time and we can talk more about pancakes.
I look forward to that. So does everybody here. Pete Tarpey and the crew on CISN.TV. That's Carolyn Kirchhoff from the Dowling Events and Community Engagement Manager. What a title.
I know.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of everything.
But tonight it's Dowling Club. And folks, DowlingCatholic.org and tab, and you'll find it and get renewed. I got to renew mine.
Okay.
So Maynard didn't have any money for me, so I got to renew it myself.
You know what? You can scan a QR code tonight. I can get that done.
Help me, Lord.
I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
All right. We'll take a break, come back. Matt Mainring and John Chattel rejoin us here at Valley Stadium. Halftime score, it's the Ankeny Hawks leading Dowling 14-3 here on Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's. Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat and Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Adele, 90.9 FM, KLOX, Creston.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Halftime score, it's Ankeny 14, Dowling Catholic 3, and we're just a few moments away from the second half kickoff, which Dowling will receive. And we'll recap the scoring in the first half for Ankeny. They started off first with 7:09 remaining in the first quarter. Colin Kadolf on a 3-yard touchdown reception from quarterback J.J. Cole. The extra point was good by Max Pelham, and Ankeny led 7-0 on a 3-play 40-yard drive, and that was capped off by Kadolf's touchdown after an interception by Reed Johnson to put Ankeny in scoring position. Hawks came back in the second quarter with 8:14 remaining. Brady McCullough on a 5-yard touchdown reception from quarterback J.J. Cole. Pelham's extra point made it 14-0. That was after a Crandall interception, as Ryan Crandall had the interception as Ankeny went 7 plays and 52 yards for the score. So it was 14-0 Ankeny at the time. Then Dowling came back late in the first half. 3:50 remaining, a field goal of 40 yards from Diego Leon, and that was set up by a fumble recovery off a muff punt by the Ankeny Hawks, recovered by Dowling, and it was 14-3 at that time. That's the score now as Pelham is set to kick off here, Matt Maindring, as we're starting the second half. Dowling receiving, Matt.
Yep, here we go at the start of the second half, and it is going to be in the end zone. He was going to crank it, and then he stopped it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about our officials tonight, and I'm going to get John Chido in here, but Mike Vint, veteran official, Hall of Famer, is our referee tonight. Eric Kennedy is the umpire. Myron Lynn, the linesman. Dirk Royals, the line judge, and David Forsyth is the back judge. That is our stellar Hall of Fame officiating crew, and they've done a great job tonight. 14-3, Ankeny with the lead. Dowling with the ball from their own 20. John Chido, if you're there, come on in.
Well, the start of the second half, Dowling's got the ball. They got to stay ahead of the chains, establish this run game, and start doing things that they want to do and get in their game plan. They haven't been yet to get quite in their game plan yet.
Yeah, that's a good point, Johnny, as the Maroons start on their own 20, and the give is to the tailback. And let's see which one is in there.
That's Cam Middleton.
It's Cam back in there. Yep.
Cam Middleton, nice run for him to start the second half, and you know, they're running these two backs in here, and they're both different types of runners. But this Dowling offense really needs Cam Middleton to get squared up and put some yards in there, because this Ankeny defense is just going to keep hitting, and they're going to run blitz until Dowling proves they can pop something.
Exactly. That's a 7-yard gain for Cam. They get him up to the 27-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 3 for the Maroons. And now back to throw is English. Pumps once, now fires it near side, and he throws out of bounds, incomplete, as Carson Brown was the intended receiver, and back on coverage for Ankeny was Ben Sandvig.
Jake pulls it out there, and I don't know if that was an RPO play from start to finish there, but he pulls it out and reads pass. They have 7 guys up there towards the line of scrimmage, and they're going to challenge Dowling to try and run the football and to defeat that defense.
Ankeny with almost 9 in the box right now. It's 3rd and 3 Maroons from their own 27-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. 9 in the box for Ankeny. Dowling with the tight end on the left. Pistol formation. English calling signals out of the shotgun. The give is to Middleton, and Cam fights his way, but shy of the first down. Maybe got a yard up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go right there, and a big task for that offensive line to try and create something as Ankeny, as the Hawks did, load that box and try to force them to the outside, and that's not Dowling's forte. No. We don't have that. Dowling doesn't have that speed back that can get that edge.
All right, the Maroons will bring in the punting unit. John Cole, wearing number 99, back at his own 15-yard line. Hagan on the snap, and Cole gets away. High and short end-over-end kick, and fielded at the 40-yard line by Ankeny. And that's where the Hawks will take it. Brady McCullough on the fair catch signal. And it'll be Ankeny football, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line as the Hawks lead it 14-3 over Dowling Catholic. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and that is where John Chido's at. John?
Well, Mark, you and Matt have been saying it. So they have 9 guys in the box, and they're just daring you to throw deep and trying to loosen that up. And Dowling has been unable to loosen up that box and get those guys spread out and open up these running lanes. And until you hit a big pass down the middle or on the edge, they're still going to continue to pack the box.
That is true. First down Ankeny from their own 40-yard line. Thank you, John, for that report. Handoff to Kadolf. And he has an inside handoff and went more east-west that time. Matt, he tried to turn it up over right end, and he may have gotten just over the line of scrimmage for a half-yard gain.
And it puts a lot of pressure on that defense, but over the past 2 games, that defense has been able to stand up when they needed to, especially in the second half here, get the ball back and let that offense start to develop, and that's what needs to happen here tonight for Dowling to get going. They've given up a few more plays than they have over the past couple weeks, and it's a solid Ankeny offense that they're running up against.
All right, 2nd down and 9 for Ankeny. And here's a give to Kadolf right over right guard and tackle. And he's stood up and then brought back. He may have gotten a couple yards up to the 42. He did. Give him a gain of 1 up to the 42. It'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Mata Brewer runs back into the game here as they try to get out, and they're going to get a little pass rush, see if they can get Cole to get moving in there. As 3rd and 7, passing down, and this is where J.J. Cole likes to be as well. So strength versus strength here, and see if they can get a little pressure on him.
Well, the Hawks bring out 2 receivers to the left. That's to the bottom of your screen if you're watching on CISN. Back to throw is Cole. Pumps once, and down he goes. Another sack for the Dowling defense. And which one is it?
I think it's Chase Patton. Chase Patton comes off the right side and really broke free inside the gap and was able to put the pressure on to make the sack. Oh, yeah, face chap. He looked like he got shot out of a cannon on the replay there. And there was a little more intensity in that series from the defense than there was in the first half. You see some kids getting after it right there.
Loss of 4 on the sack by Patton. And with 8.5 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter, 14-3 Ankeny, and they'll bring their punting unit in. And that being Max Pelham. Pelham gets the punt away. Dowling had a little pressure that time. That'll force Cooper back, and now he muffs the football, and it's picked up by Ankeny. The Hawks will have it inside the 10-yard line. Ankeny did that earlier as Cooper Nicholson fielded the punt, and it went off his hands and recovered by Ankeny, and the Hawks will have it goal to goal in Dowling territory.
Pelham had a beautiful punt. I mean, that punt just sailed, and it took off, and Cooper was trying to judge where it was coming down at, and just he put the fair catch signal, and number 23 for the Hawks
it's
was
Brock
there.
Adamson, the long snapper, the first guy down.
That's usually who it is, too. The long snapper is usually the first guy that gets down the field.
So it'll be 1st and goal, Ankeny, with 8:17 remaining here in the 3rd quarter at the Dowling 10-yard. Well, let's see, where are they going to spot it? It's inside the 10, right at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Ankeny at the 9. And Cole, inside handoff to Godolph, and he keeps his leg moving, and he's inside the 5 and down near the 4-yard line to pick up a 5.
Big run there on first down when you're inside the 10-yard line. Those are usually 5. Those are yards that are hard to get, and right there Godolph got 5 of them and cuts the distance in half to the goal here. Big series for this Dowling defense, trying to hold them to a field goal or create a turnover.
Yeah, they got their goal line defense in there. Ball spotted just inside at the 4-yard line. Godolph a gain of 5. 2nd and goal at the 4. J.J. Cole, the quarterback, 6'6" junior. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Looks in the end zone, fires in the end zone. The pass is caught. Touchdown, Ankeny. A little drag route in the end zone, and that was a nice play that was set up by the Hawks. And Cole showed his arm there.
And McCullough again, and as he comes and is the nightmare for Dowling again this year as they make a nice play as he sits at the goal line.
Well, 2 plays, 9 yards following the Dowling fumble on the punt. Now the extra point attempt by Max Pelham. The long snappers Brock Adamson and Austin Bailey will be the holder. And the right-footed kick is up and good by Pelham. So Ankeny extends its lead to 21-3 over Dowling with 7:30 remaining here in the 3rd quarter here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Mandering, John Chido on the Dowling sideline, and it's been all Ankeny tonight for Dowling fans. Hawks lead it 21-3. They take advantage of a fumbled punt by Dowling, and they go 2 plays, 9 yards, capped off by Brody McCullough. 4-yard touchdown reception from quarterback J.J. Cole. Cole's 3rd touchdown pass of the night. It's 21-3, Ankeny leading Dowling. 7:33 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. And John Chido, this is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of things to go right for the Maroons to make this comeback.
Yeah, it sure is, and they haven't even started to make an attempt yet. I mean, really, if you think about it, you go 3 and out that first series, and then you stop them. And unfortunately, with the punt, and I feel bad for Carter because he's a tough kid and he's made plays all game long. So it's not on him. It's the offense needs to get something going.
Yeah, Cooper Nicholson, the Dowling punt returner Johnny's referring to, that fumbled it. First down Dowling after the kickoff goes out of bounds or in the end zone. Back to throw is English, and he fires it out, and that's caught. Nice catch by Andrew Bliss, the senior wide receiver, 5'10", 165 pounds. From their own 20, Bliss was finally brought down shy of the 35-yard line. They'll spot him down at the 33. Matt, a gain of 13.
That's a good play to start the series. Dowling's offense, 53 yards in the first half, and it goes without saying, we've been saying it all along, they need to find a rhythm in something.
Yes, indeed. It's 1st and 10 Maroons. Jake English, a quarterback. He's got 2 receivers to his left, and now the inside handoff. They go to the short side, and scampering for a first down and more, and he might do it. Down the near sideline, that's C.J. Phillip, and he finally knocked down.
We got a flag on the field.
By the safety that time. Ryan Crandall making the stop at the 14-yard line, but C.J. Phillip had all sorts of room.
Great run. He got held up at the line of scrimmage and finds a crease, but it's all coming back.
Knocked out of bounds, and the penalty against Dowling, so that'll wipe out a huge game. Let's get the call from Mike Vint. They're going to mark it off from the Dowling 35, so that was right at the line of scrimmage.
I think they got a hold right there, as you saw the replay, and you can see when the offensive lineman's arm gets up around that chin strap, that's a tough one not to call. And so the call gets made, and the Dowling offense gets to start out of that hole.
That wipes out a 43-yard run by C.J. Phillip. Dowling now with the 1st and 18 back at their own 25-yard line. Bruins will work from the right hash mark. Dowling going left to right, north to south here at Valley Stadium. 2 receivers left, and the inside handoff, and that's Phillip again, and CJ finds a little bit of a seam over left guard and tackle across the 30 up near the 33-yard line to pick up of 8.
A good run there to get the 8 yards. And one thing about that play, if there's a positive in it, they found that they can do it. You know, they see that they can create those seams, and CJ hits it and takes off. And if nothing else, it's for this offense to gain that confidence and start moving the football.
So that'll bring up first down for Dowling. Is that what they're saying? Yes, it is. 1st and 10. Handoff once again. They'll work the right side, and Phillip, they're waiting for him there. He'll lose a couple yards back to the 30-yard line.
It was 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 11, so that'll bring up, they're going to give him a loss?
Yeah, a loss of 2, so it'll bring up 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13, Dowling. Phillip will lose 2 yards on the play. 5:45 remaining, 3rd quarter, 21-3, Ankeny. 6th-ranked team, the defending champions, leading Dowling Catholic, and we got a timeout on the field.
They got a timeout. Too many guys in the field. Ankeny didn't get their guys switched out.
We'll take a 1-minute break with Ankeny leading Dowling 21-3 here at Valley Stadium in Week 3 of the high school football season. And we'll be back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile.
Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
We were away at break. Big play by Dowling. Back to throw was Jake English, and he found Carson Brown with the catch right at the Ankeny 39-yard line on the completion.
You got to watch the replay here, and there's some arm barring going on, but Carson goes up and high points the football, takes it down. Good throw by Jake. There's the big play they were looking for.
So the line of scrimmage is the Ankeny 39, and English now hands it off, and the tailback that time. Let's see if Phillips back in there or not.
That might be Cam.
They've been interchanging their backs, does Dowling, and sometimes on the same series, and off the bottom of the pile is Cam Middleton.
Cam Middleton gets a couple yards running into the teeth of that defense, and as you can see, they, again, we've called their names a lot. Eaton and Diego Jackson are up there causing a lot of disruption at that line of scrimmage.
A 21-yard gain that time from Carson Brown set up the first down play to Middleton. 2nd and 9, Dowling, low snap, and English picks the ball up and hands it. Now we've got a penalty flag down. Down goes the Dowling back that time, and we might have face mask against the Hawks. That was
weird,
Cam.
Yeah, it was a weird place to throw the football, or throw the flag, and the Dowling Dowling kids are pointing towards Ankeny.
It's normally.
There you go.
Yeah, face mask.
Good call, Mark.
The referee said, Mike Vint. And that'll tack on 15 more. First down, Dowling. 4:36 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And it is 21-3. The Ankeny Hawks leading Dowling Catholic tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadeo alongside Matt Maindring. And down the Dowling sideline is John Chido. I want to thank the staff here at Central Iowa Sports Network producing it. Sean Ingracia doing the producing. Nick McDougall and Clayton Sampson are our camera operators. Back to throw English on play action. Tries to run outside, and he's hit and driven down by Jackson Penny.
I think that was Cataldo at
It
quarterback.
is. Yep,
yeah,
it
so
is.
they switched him out, do an RPO play in there, and they gave Cataldo, who they feel like can run the ball a little bit more, an opportunity in there, and no success on that play.
So Cataldo with little or no gain. Let's see where they spot the ball, right at the 26-yard line. Loss of 1 for Dante Cataldo, who came in for one play. English comes back in, and he'll line up in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 1 back in the backfield, and it's English on play action. Fires it down towards the far pylon. The pass is underthrown, incomplete to Cooper Nicholson.
And that ball thrown towards Nicholson there on his inside shoulder, and if it had been toward his outside shoulder, it would have given him a little bit better opportunity to go back and get the football on that play.
Not that it makes a difference here, but that southeast wind is right in the teeth of that ball, and it held up just a hair.
It did.
And that's where Jake's got to be careful not to underthrow it, and he kind of did that there, but the defender wasn't ready. So it's 3rd and 12 Dowling on the Ankeny 26-yard line. English looks left, throws right, fires it out. Caught by Carson Brown. He's got the first down inside the 10. It'll be goal to goal Dowling at the Ankeny 7-yard line.
And there's Jake English throwing the football like we saw him throw the football last week. And he and Carson Brown have got this little relationship developing. We didn't call Carson's name once in the first half.
No, we didn't.
And, there he's finding him in a seam again, puts it right on the money, and inside the 10-yard line are the Maroons.
19-yard reception, first down Dowling. The line of scrimmage is the Ankeny 7, 3:20 remaining, third quarter. Dowling with the first and goal at the Ankeny 7, 2 receivers left. 1 back in the backfield, and that is play's going to come back. Blown dead, C.J. Phillip.
I think they're calling timeout. I think Ankeny called timeout.
And they do. So it'll be a timeout Ankeny. Dowling thought they got the play snapped.
Yeah, they only had 10 guys on the field. Count them right now.
We'll take a break. 3:13 remaining, third quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break. It's Ankeny 21, Dowling 3 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
So let's stop sinning and be the church to others. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
All right, Dowling out of the Ankeny timeout. A handoff to C.J. Phillip. It's first and goal for Maroons from the Ankeny 7, and C.J. carries the football and gets to the 5-yard line for a pickup of 2. It'll bring up second and goal Dowling from the Ankeny 5-yard line here, Matt.
Good job by CJ right there, because he finished that run going forward. Knifed underneath, got a couple extra yards, get the ball down to the 5-yard line.
So Ankeny using one of their timeouts. They have 1 left now here in the second half. Dowling with all 3. All right, here is English back to throw on third and goal from the 5. Throws in the end zone looking for Carson Brown, and he overthrew him. Incomplete. Back on coverage was McCullough. It'll bring up third and goal Dowling at the 5-yard line.
Third and goal to 5, and I think if you're Dowling right now, you're thinking 2 plays here, and even we're getting late into the third quarter against this strong Ankeny defense, and so you're picking through your plays, get that ball down close to the goal line, and give your offense another opportunity.
All right, Dowling in the Bozen LaFlores red zone. Say more with Bozen. 515-244-ROSE. That's 244-ROSE 7673. As it's now third and goal Dowling at the 5. Dowling with 3 receivers to the right. And English out of the shotgun. Back to throw. Fires it far side. The pass is overthrown, incomplete. He led his receiver a little too far. And that was the tight end for the Maroons, Jalen Thompson.
Yeah, and a little bit of contact at the end of that play, but the officials thought the ball probably wasn't catchable in the end, and Dowling does bring in the field goal unit.
Maroons are going to try to get points here, either field goal. Ankeny's gotten points off turnovers via touchdowns. So it's a difference of touchdowns versus field goals, and now field goal attempt by Diego Leon. English will hold. Hagan to snap it. The ball will be spotted at the 13. It'll be a 23-yard attempt. The ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So Diego Leon with his second field goal of the night from 23 yards out. That'll add to the 40-yarder he hit earlier. And it's 21-6 our score now. Ankeny with the lead over Dowling. Back with the kickoff in 1 minute. Here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium, West Des Moines. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring, as we wait the kickoff by Diego Leon, and Dowling does kick it off, and they kick it off near side, and it's fielded by Ankeny, and that is Owen Summers inside his 25, and returns it to the 25. So
yeah, flagging late here at the end of this play. We'll see what the call is.
All right, so with 2:22 remaining here in the third quarter, it's Ankeny 21, Dowling 6 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and Central Iowa Sports Network. While they're assessing the penalty, let's go down to the Dowling sideline. The Maroons go 13 plays, 80 yards, and the Diego Leon 23-yard field goal, John Chido, as the Maroons score there.
Yeah, it's nice to see Carson Brown go up for that football and finally get a chance to make a play on a ball, and that's the Carson we need to keep seeing, and just a great ball skill to go up and grab that football for that big gain. And then Dowling's defense stalls there in the red zone. This is unfortunate, but it's still a two-possession game either way. If you score the touchdown and take the field goal, it's still a two-possession game.
Yep, and thank you, John. The penalty assessed against the Ankeny Hawks, so that'll move the Hawks back to their own 13-yard line. They were going to start at their own 25. So it's first down, toss play. Kadoff left side, gets outside the numbers, runs into his own man at the 15 and falls forward to the 16, a gain of 3.
They had a crease out there, and as you said, Mark, he runs into the back of his own offensive lineman as he was turning the corner there, which helped let the Dowling defense get it rattled up, and you'll see that the replay on the TV here is probably got number 24 there, probably made the best tackle.
That's Carson Booth, the backup tight end, who no fault of his own, just happened to be in the way of Kadoff. So then Collin decided to run it on the toss play. He ran into his own man. So it's 2nd and 7, Ankeny on their own 16-yard line. The ball's loose. Penalty flag's down. Kadoff goes down at the 10-yard line. So a loss of 6. We'll see what the penalty's about.
Now here's my question. I don't think Dowling can take the play on this. The play might be worth more than the penalty yardage.
I think they have to take the play.
Yeah, I think they have to take the false start.
I'm sorry, they got to take the penalty, and it is a false start against Ankeny. Other games tonight, number 1 Southeast Polk is at Waukee Northwest. The grand christening over there for the Northwest Wolves, who Dowling came from behind and defeated last week. Cedar Rapids Kennedy ranked 3rd. They're taking on Cedar Rapids Washington. Cedar Rapids Prairie ranked 4th, taking on Cedar Falls. Urbandale and Valley hooking up at Urbandale Stadium at Frericks Field. And City High, Dowling's opponent, is at Ames tonight, and we'll have hopefully an update on there. And now penalty flag's down again on the snap. Kadoff gets the handoff. He goes nowhere. We might have another procedure.
The Dowling defense was sitting there kind of scrambling around, and it might have thrown off the Ankeny offensive line.
5-yard loss. Penalty against the Hawks. That'll back them up to the 6-yard line. So back-to-back penalties by Ankeny, very uncharacteristic, but this is kind of was their bugaboo last week against Centennial, and Ankeny losing to Centennial 14-7 was a lot of penalties in that game, Matt.
Yeah, and they played a very, very clean first half, and now they're starting to get a little bit of disruption here as the Dowling defense starting to tighten things up.
All right, Cole back to throw a little tight end screen, if you will, and he completes it across the 15 up to the 17-yard line, so a gain of 11 on the play on the receiver who caught the football that time.
And you can see on that play, too, that they are going to let him go through, and they, you know, you could read screen. I couldn't quite catch who that was either on that play, catching the ball there.
Went for 11 yards. Now it's third down for Ankeny. 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Game clock running. Ankeny 21, Dowling 6 here in the third quarter. 3rd and 6 Hawks are on their own 17-yard line, going right to left, south to north here. Cole back to throw, fires it near side. The pass is caught nicely that time by Brady McCullough across the 20 up to the 25-yard line. 8-yard gain, first down Hawks.
Dowling brought pressure there on that play and threw a lot of bodies at JJ, and he had to get it out. And did McCullough makes a great catch there. That was a really, really good catch, yes.
He laid out that time, and Cole, who's thrown for 3 touchdowns tonight, pinpoint there. That was a big first down for Ankeny. They were deep in their own territory, and they're going to let the clock run out. We're in the final seconds of the third quarter, and that will be the end of the third quarter with the score. Ankeny 21, Dowling Catholic 6. Along with Matt Maindring and John Chido, I'm Mark Amadeo, back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Des Moines, 94.5 FM, K233BT, Des Moines, 88.5 FM, KIHS, Adel, 90.9 FM, KLOX, Creston.
Underway here in the fourth quarter. First down play from Ankeny. The toss played left side to Kadolf, and Colin gets across the 25 and stop right about the 28-yard line. Gain of 3. And it'll bring up second down and 7 for Ankeny. The Hawks lead it 21-6 over Dowling Catholic. As we move to the fourth quarter, Ankeny going left to right, south to north, or rather north to south here at the Valley Stadium. Hawks in their road white uniforms, gold pants, white helmets. Dowling in their home maroon jerseys with white pants and white numbers. And now here's Cole in a read option to give us to Kadolf, and he just zigzags his way, picks up the first down up to the 40-yard line, gain at 12. And it looks like it was going to be stopped initially, Matt, for a short gain, and then he kind of just kept his legs moving and ground out a few more yards, did Kadolf.
Dowling brought a blitz off the edge, and it was on the edge there. It was number 33 for the Maroons, Seamer, coming off the edge hard, and he overran it. I mean, he was blitzing right into Kadolf, and Kadolf was able to slide underneath him, which created the alley for the first down.
Mark him down at the 39, so it's an 11-yard gain for Colin Kadolf. First and 10, Ankeny, ball on their own 39-yard line, 10:45 remaining, fourth quarter, and the Hawks lead it 21-6 over Dowling Catholic. Both teams with 1-1 records, and now the give is the tailback Kadolf, and he zigs right through there. He's like shot out of a cannon, then stopped, and then started again, and that should be good enough for a first down, I believe, at midfield, a gain of 11. Yeah,
that is going to be a first down. Right now, we're starting to see this offensive line from Ankeny. We've seen it the other way the last 2 weeks, where the offensive line from Dowling was taking over in the second half. Right now, at the start of this fourth quarter, the Ankeny offensive line is making some holes for Kadolf, and all of a sudden Kadolf is getting chunk yardage here to start this fourth quarter.
Yes, he is. So it is 1st and 10 Ankeny at midfield. Hawks trying to keep their 21-6 lead over Dowling. J.J. Cole at quarterback out of the shotgun. They give us to Kadolf right up the gut. Down he goes. He's running downhill all the way to the 45 of Dowling to pick up a 5. To bring up 2nd and 5 for
Joe Hughes on the stop there for the Maroons, as Kadolf was able to get that seam up a gap and create an opening in there for 5 yards.
Kadolf has had some big carries, and now we've got an injured Hawk player on the field. 10-10 remaining, fourth quarter, 21-6. Ankeny with the lead over Dowling. Other games going on tonight. City High of Iowa City, that's Dowling's next opponent, up at Ames tonight. We'll try to get a score there. Johnson taking on Dallas Center Grimes out of Class 4A. Johnson ranked 9th, and Cedar Falls, 10th ranked team, is taking on Cedar Rapids Prairie. On this timeout, we'll try to get a number for you for the Ankeny player that's injured. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and that is where John Chido's at. John?
Well, time is Ankeny's friend right now, and it's not Dowling's friend. So you're looking at maybe 2 possessions here with 10-10 left in the game. So they have to keep Ankeny off the scoreboard. Limited 2 possessions and hopefully have that opportunity to put some points on the board and get another shot at it, because
it's 85.
You're running out of time here.
Yeah.
So 85. I got a little piece here, Mark.
Jacob Morfield.
Well, I think it's the wrong name.
Oh, okay.
And because I got a little intel here, because there's a Sheldon tie here. So the young man going off the field, Jeremiah Kruger, is the son of 2 former athletes that I was coached.
Oh my goodness! And Sheldon makes it down to Ankeny?
Yeah.
What kind of connection is that?
I've known Jeremiah since he was running around knee high. So great kid, great family. Listen, Dan Kruger and Ankeny, good kid. Hopefully he's not hurt too bad there.
All right, he makes his way off, and now we're underway. Here's a handoff to Kadolf, and he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage was the Dowling 45, and Kadolf may have gotten a yard down to the 44, and that's where they're going to mark him down. They're just feeding Kadolf here, as John mentioned. It's clock eating time for Ankeny if they can keep the drives and the chains moving. This drive started back at the Ankeny 25-yard line. Actually, it was pushed back to the 13 on the penalty, and they have dug themselves out of the hole. They're in Dowling territory, and it's 3rd and 5 Hawks at the Dowling 44.
And good teams find a way to dig themselves out of those holes and make a play and get things done. Right now, Ankeny's been able to do that, and they're just going to keep giving the ball to Kadolf until the Dowling defense proves they can stop it.
Yep, 9th play of the drive. Back to throw is Cole. Has a man open, and it's caught inside the 10. 5, touchdown, Ankeny, and that is McCullough again on the touchdown reception. Brady McCullough, the 6'4", 210-pound senior, that is his 2nd touchdown of the night, I believe. And Ankeny now extends its lead to 27-6 on the pass play for 44 yards.
Again, Dowling brought pressure, which kind of left him in man coverage, and Blake Anderson was left one-on-one with McCullough going down the sideline, and J.J. Cole threw it right over the top into McCullough's hands, and it's a big play.
Yes, it is.
For the Hawks.
Hawk touchdown. Now Pelham in for the extra point. The hold by Austin Bailey. The snap by Brock Adamson for Ankeny, and the extra point is no good. No good with 9:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Our score 27-6. Ankeny leads Dowling Catholic here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for supporting aggressively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way. and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Mark Amadale, Matt Mainring, John Chido awaiting the Ankeny kickoff. The Hawks score again, and that is J.J. Cole's 4th touchdown pass of the night. And for Brady McCullough, his 3rd touchdown reception. 9:02 remaining, 4th quarter. Ankeny leads 27-6 now over Dowling Catholic. The extra point by Pelham was no good, and now here's a kickoff fielded by Dowling at the 5-yard line. The Maroons on the return. And running the football near side is Carson Brown. He's got some room across midfield, and he's going to run out of room, push out of bounds inside the Hawk 40-yard line, and Dowling will take over 1st and 10 from the Ankeny 40. Great return that time by Carson Brown of 45 yards.
There's a senior going to make a play and making a difference, trying to get a game changer, a game-changing play, and puts the Dowling offense on the right side of the 50 as they head down. Try and get a score.
All right, John Chowder, you're on the Dowling sideline. The Dowling offense has to get to work. They're running out of time, trailing 27-6 here, Johnny.
Yeah, you have to capitalize on these big plays, and Dowling hasn't been able to do that all night. So we have a big play here. They got to keep the momentum going and get something on the board here.
All right, the Maroons put the ball on the ground, and hit and dropped is the Dowling tailback. And let's see if that is CJ.
That's Cam.
Cam Middleton hit and dropped, and that is just tremendous pressure by that Ankeny front four there.
Yeah, Sean Gavin was in the backfield, almost took the handoff there as he blew through the line of scrimmage, and Diego Jackson, Braden Simonson, Nick Eaton are giving the Dowling offensive line everything they can handle tonight.
All right, Middleton in at tailback. Line of scrimmage is the Ankeny 42, a loss of 2 on that last play. Jake English at quarterback has 2 receivers to his right, tight end to the left. Dowling going right to left, and timeout Dowling. So we'll take a break. 8:10 remaining, 4th quarter. Ankeny Hawks leading 27-6 over Dowling Catholic. We'll be back after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Now we're back here at Valley Stadium. Dowling running a play while we were away at break. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 Maroons. Dowling trailing 27-6 here with 7:48 remaining in the 4th quarter. Dowling with a 3rd and 7 from the Ankeny 37 here, Matt Mandry. To get something going. Jake English at quarterback, works out of the shotgun. 3 receivers split out wide left at the bottom of the screen. Back to throw English, who throws for the towards the right sideline. The pass incomplete. He overthrew his tight end, Jalen Thompson.
Dude, Jalen's going to have to, he'll figure this out as he matures, but he had an opportunity there to fight back through the defender and create, some contact that may have prevented, draws a flag or whatever else, but he had an opportunity to go get that football, and now here we are on 4th down.
4th down, Dowling will go for it. 4th and 7 from the Ankeny Hawk 37-yard line. 7:30 remaining in the 4th quarter. Time running out for Dowling. English back to throw, looks downfield, fires it downfield. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Caught for the first down by Bo Gamble, and that's his first catch of the season.
Now they're going
to wave it off. He said he didn't have controls. He was knocked down and out of bounds. Tough break for Bo, and that'll bring Ankeny's offense on the field as Dowling turns the ball over on downs.
Ryan Crandall was there to break up the play for the Hawks as Bo went up and made he got his hands on it. It was a great look. As you see the replay here. And goes up, makes a great catch.
Yeah,
he lost the ball right at the end as he comes down and hits the ground.
So Ankeny will take over 1st and 10 from the Hawk 37-yard line. 7:24 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll go down to John Chido after this play. Is the Ankeny offense out there. J.J. Cole, the 6'6 junior quarterback. Read option. They give us to Kadolf, who's still in there. And Colin gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 Ankeny. 7:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. John Chido, come on in. Dowling trailing 27-6, and Bo Gamble almost had his first catch of the year.
Yeah, that was a tight catch there. It could have gone either way on the sideline. But you look at it, after a big plays for Dowling, you have first down, converts a big play, and then we get stuffed for a 3-yard loss, and now you're fighting behind the chains. And then it's 3rd and 8. And Dowling, they're not a team set up to be in that position. You have to stay ahead of the chains. The first down plays after big plays and the second down plays all together have not been very good for the Maroons offense tonight.
Yep, and you mix that in with a pretty good Ankeny defense who is fired up after last week's performance, losing to their crosstown rival as Kadolf gets the handoff again and squirms up for about a yard or two up to the 39-yard line. They'll call to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Ankeny Hawks, and that is so important. You got to create your own plays. Some teams have some great firepower. I think we saw a team called Southeast Polk show us that. Well, Ankeny still has it, but for whatever reason, credit Centennial last week, but they stopped this pretty good Ankeny offense in its tracks, holding them to a touchdown late in the second half, Matt.
They come into the season highly ranked, and they didn't look at this last week. They look at this week. The thing is for them is they took advantage of the turnovers and of the Dowling turnovers tonight, and that's the difference in this ball game.
All right, Cole, it's a game or play clock wind down to nearly 0. Hand off and cut off the ball carrier, and he gets a couple yards across the 40 up to about the 41-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down for Ankeny, and they're not going to let the clock run here and bring in the punting unit. I'm sure they could even call a timeout. They have one left.
As you go into the season, and Dowling knew going into the season, they had a grinder to start. You had 3 highly, very, very good teams coming out of the blocks, and it's a grind, and here they sit, looking at being 1-2, but you're never as bad as you you're never as bad as you think you are. And
I tell you, watch the
team
film.
will bounce back. Yeah.
Right, here's a punt by Ankeny. A fair catch signaled for by Dowling's Cooper Nicholson, and the Maroons will have it 1st and 10. Right around their own 25-yard line is where the Dowling offense will start with 5:03 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's Ankeny 27, Dowling Catholic 6 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. I want to thank our producer, Iowa Catholic Radio producer, Jeff Piggott, for all he does behind the scenes for us. So, Jeff, thank you for being back at the lonely studios of Iowa Catholic Radio there in West Des Moines. And our thanks to our Central Iowa Sports Network producer here, and that's Sean Ingracia. Say that 5 times there, Mr. Mainring. And now Dowling with a quick pass on 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And that's a nice little quick hitter that time.
Yeah, it was. Jalen Thompson. And what you're looking at as a coach right now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to find some positives to build for the next week. What are these players that we can get engaged and get that timing down between the quarterback and make some things happen.
10-yard reception, first down Dowling at their own 35-yard line. Ankeny 27, Dowling Catholic 6. English back to throw, launches it downfield near side, and it's caught high-pointed by Nicholson with the catch inside the 40-yard line. They'll spot him down at the Hawk 38.
Great throw by Jake, and as you said, high-pointed there by Nicholson, and Jake took a shot at the end of this play, and it was a well-thrown ball, lays it out there, big gain for the Maroons.
So a 27-yard reception, first down Dowling. Cooper Nicholson.
As we watch the replay here, and you can see, English takes a shot at the end, but Cooper goes up and it does get that ball at its highest point and bring it home.
First down Dowling at the 38-yard line of Ankeny. Game clock continues to run. Dowling has 2 timeouts remaining. Ankeny down to their final timeout, pistol formation. And here's English on the read option, and the give is to the tailback, C.J. Phillip, and he kind of bounces his way over center and is finally wrapped up inside the 35, maybe the 34, gain of 4.
Good run there by C.J. as he bounced through there and got in the gap and spun up field. And to show the athletic ability of Sean Gavin, he's playing on the line and goes backwards and makes that tackle 5 yards down the field, and a great athletic play by him.
Well, Ankeny's got some of their better athletes on the field. Several of them go a couple ways. We've seen Crandall on both sides of the football a few times, and McCullough. And now here's a handoff to C.J. Phillip, and he tries to get outside and can't. No gain of the play. It'll bring up third and 6.
Trying to get that edge, and Jackson Pennington wasn't going to have anything of it as he shut that down as CJ tried to get around the edge on the play, creating third down, 3rd and long here again for the Maroons.
Reminder, we'll have the postgame show on Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll catch up with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic as the Maroons head east next week. Back to throw, English fires it downfield, and the pass overthrown to Cooper Nicholson. It's incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 3:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 4th and 6 coming up for Dowling from the Ankeny 34-yard line. Hawks lead it 27-6, and Dowling obviously going for it here, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, we have a moment here. I wanted to say we before the game I walked in with a set of parents, Carlos Navarro's parents, and a lot of his family's down in New Orleans. Listening to the game, just got electricity back after the storm.
They don't have power.
Yeah, they just.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
5 receivers for Dowling. English back downfield, caught in over the middle. That's Carson Brown, I believe, with the catch inside the 15. And they're going to spot him down where? At the 11-yard line. Quick hitter that time. Dowling with 5 receivers, 3 on the right, 2 on the left, and it was Carson Brown, the slot right with the catch.
That soft spot in the middle of that 2-deep zone, if you can get behind the linebackers and in front of the safeties, that spot is open on the middle of the field, and Jake and Carson have been able to connect on that play a couple times tonight.
23-yard gain puts the ball down to the Hawk 11. 1st and 10 Dowling from the 11-yard line of Ankeny. Maroons with 3 receivers to the right, including the tight end, 1 to the left, and he fires over the middle. That's English to the big tight end. It's incomplete to the big guy Jalen Thompson in the end zone.
Great break up there by the Hawk defense as there was one-on-one coverage there. Again, Ryan Crandall is the one that broke that up as he came up there and separated the ball from Jalen's hands.
All right, to bring up 2nd down 10 for the Maroons. Jake English at quarterback. He's got 1 back in the backfield, and that's C.J. Phillip. He fires into the end zone into double coverage for his big tight end. Once again, incomplete to Jalen Thompson. Thompson, a 6'4", 225-pound junior, and that was a little bit into double coverage that time.
That was. He kind of threw that one out into the corner, letting Jalen try and go get it, and threw it out there fortunately where no one else could either.
That is fortunate. You're right. That's a good point. Of course, Jake English, his 2nd start of the season in 3 games, taking over for Jackson Smolik, who is out for the year with a broken collarbone, broken in 2 places, and we hope he is on the mend quickly. He is just a junior. English back to throw, fires in the end zone, pass incomplete. He led his intended receiver a little bit that time, and it's incomplete.
Carson Brown had, kind of I would say it was like a bracketed coverage. He had a man on him and a man over the top. And again, 2 players, 2 defenders there as Carson's trying, and Jake's trying to fit it into a small window.
He did, and I think he had a little bit of pressure because he unloaded it maybe just sooner than he wanted to. And Carson had one-on-one coverage, but forced the play. 4th and 10, Dowling from the Ankeny 11. English with pressure, fires in the end zone, and he's got his man open. Touchdown, Jalen Thompson. Is that right?
I think it's Carson Brown.
Or is it Brown?
Yeah,
it's Carson Brown. And it's touchdown Dowling. And I'll tell you what, English threw a dime that time. He had to get it over the cornerback in the end zone on the right side of the formation. We'll hopefully have the replay, and we do. And we want to thank Sean for that.
The crossing route there, and Jake throws it to the back of the end zone, and Carson goes up and gets that ball out of the air. He didn't wait for it, went and picked it up, and a nice play, something to build on as they move forward.
First touchdown of the night for Dowling, and Diego Leon with the extra point. It's good. So our score is now 27-13. Ankeny leads Dowling. 2:17 remaining, 4th quarter. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
All right, we're back here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Thanks to Jeff Pickett back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Studio. Now here's the onside kick by Diego Leon and angles across midfield. I think Ankeny fell on top of it. They did. Dowling on that last drive. We'll go down to John Chido here in a moment. 10 plays, 75 yards, and Jake English, first touchdown pass of the evening of 11 yards to Carson Brown in the end zone. Extra point by Diego Leon. Good. And it's 27-13. Ankeny with the lead over Dowling Catholic. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. That's where John Chido is at. Johnny?
Well, it's good to see Jake English connect with Carson Brown for that touchdown because, Jake's been fighting all night long and was able to complete those passes. And Carson Brown is shown that he's a playmaker going up for those balls, and he's had a good night. Unfortunately, the scoreboard doesn't say that for the team, but the kids fought, and they're going to continue to fight here until the end.
And Johnny, congratulations to you as the head coach of the 8th grade Dowling football team with a win on Tuesday night. And I know you're looking for your second win this Tuesday. So on behalf of Matt Manger, we want to congratulate you and your 8th grade football team.
Well, good. If you have great kids, they make good coaches. So it's credit to all the kids.
That is true.
He's talking coach speak just like you do, Manger. Just like you guys do. You guys are all like all these coaches. All right. Penalty on first down. And by Ankeny, so they'll push them back to their own 43-yard line, and they give to the tailback. And I think they've got some new players in there, and we'll see who they are as he scampers. Or is it Kadolf? Nope, it's Kadolf still in there.
Kadolf, yeah. They still have that starting group up in there, and they're not going to mess around. They want to make sure that we don't, they don't give any momentum to Dowling whatsoever, because you've seen stranger things happen.
Yeah, turnovers. Ankeny's lone turnover was a muff punt by one of their outstanding athletes in their two deep. He's their backup quarterback, and that's he is one of the tailbacks. That's Reed Johnson, who had the muff punt. Dowling recovered, and Maroons got a field goal out of it in the first half. 27-13 is our score. Ankeny with the lead, minute 25 remaining. The handoff Kadolf again, and he's brought down right at midfield, and a penalty flag. That'll be a horse collar. Might have been Pettis on the tackle that time. He was going to get flagged for it. That'll tack on some yardage. So Kadolf gets it up to the 49. They're going to tack on some more.
Looks like we're going to have about 3 more snaps here as we move to the end of this ball game, and one of the reasons why you do change players in and out of the football game at the end, because as you're going half speed, sometimes things don't work out very well.
That's true
from a health standpoint. But I think you're probably going to see the victory formation here from the Hawks.
Yep, they're going to drop somebody deep as a safety, and they will get in the victory formation. J.J. Cole, who's thrown for 3 touchdowns tonight, or is it 4? 4 touchdowns by Cole, 3 caught by McCullough, and the other one caught by Kadolf. So Brady McCullough with 3 touchdown receptions, Colin Kadolf with 1 touchdown reception, and J.J. Cole with 4 touchdowns, and they kneel it, and that should do it. 40 seconds remain. The game clock will have to throw one more play. Have to snap it one more time. 27-13 is our score. Ankeny with the lead for the Hawks. Next week, they take on number 1 ranked Southeast Polk. And that should be a pretty good game, as it'll be Southeast Polk, number 1 team in Class 5A at number 6 Ankeny. They'll kick it off at 7 o'clock at Ankeny Stadium. Dowling will go on the road. They'll take on 8th-ranked City High of Iowa City, who are playing tonight, and they'll take a knee here, and Cole does, and that'll do it. Final score, the Ankeny Hawks defeat second-ranked Dowling 27-13. Dowling now falls to 1-2 on the season. Ankeny improves to 2-1. Congratulations to head coach Rick Nelson and the Ankeny Hawks as they win it tonight here at Valley Stadium. And John Chido will catch up with Dowling head coach Tom Wilson on our postgame show. And we got quick stats and accurate stats. Oh, this guy, hey, he's all right.
I know.
I'll tell you what. Seifert has done a good job.
He's the guy.
He has done well. He and Kurt Zimmerman, but Jarrett Seifert, one of the math teachers at Dowling, providing the stats. We'll do that right now. Final score, Ankeny 27, Dowling 13 here from Valley Stadium. And let's take a look at the numbers here. Ankeny with 230 yards of total offense. Dowling 208. The Maroons with 162 yards in the air. Ankeny with 144 yards in the air. Hawks rushed the ball for 86 yards. Dowling rushed the ball for just 46 yards. Maroons were penalized 6 times for 65 yards. Ankeny penalized 6 times for 55 yards. Ankeny with 16 first downs, Dowling with 11. And quarterback Jake English for Dowling, 9 of 28 passing, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions tonight. J.J. Cole for Ankeny, 13 out of 15 completions. I'll tell you what, that's pretty good. Only dropped 2 balls, 144 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Cole. Leading rusher for Dowling, C.J. Phillip, 12 carries, 28 yards. Cam Middleton, 10 carries for 13 yards. English, 3 carries for 2 yards. And Dante Cataldo, 1 carry for -2 yards. For Ankeny, their leading ball carrier was Colin Kadolf, the 2-year starter, 24 carries, 109 yards on the evening, and he had 1 touchdown reception. And then others in there, Nate Nessa, 2 carries for 3 yards. Quarterback J.J. Cole, 6 carries, -2 yards. As Ankeny now in receiving, they had their leading receiver was Brady McCullough. 8 catches, 124 yards, and 3 touchdowns tonight for the All-State receiver for Ankeny. And also in there, Ryan Crandall, 3 catches for 16 yards. And out of the backfield, Colin Kadolf, 2 catches for 4 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver for Dowling, Carson Brown, 4 catches, 84 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Nicholson, 2 catches for 50 yards. Tight end Jalen Thompson, 2 catches for 15 yards. And Andrew Bliss, 1 catch for 13 yards. That'll wrap up the scoring in the stats in the contest. Again, Ankeny with 230 yards of total offense, Dowling with 208. We'll take a break and come back with our post-game show featuring Dowling Catholic head coach Tom Wilson. John Chatta will catch up with him following this break. Final score from Valley Stadium, Ankeny 27, Dowling 13 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
The Catholic United Financial, Ashworth Vision, our thanks to Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, also Kemen, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Northwest Bank. And Matt Maindring we have a moment. Let's get a couple scores in there, Matt, before we go down to John. And
all right, we got Iowa City High defeating Ames tonight, 32-7. And late in the game, we got, it looks like Valley and Urbandale tied at 14 is the last score we have.
That's in my backyard in Urbandale.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I may get home and walk over.
Ankeny Centennial over Waukee 42-7. And that is the updates as I have them right now.
And you had, again, City High of Iowa City. That's Dowling's next opponent.
Yep.
Leading Ames in Ames tonight. That's the little Cy-Hawk rivalry.
Right.
You said 32-7?
Yep.
At last report? Okay.
Yeah, that game is over, I believe. And so the other game that we're kind of looking for was the Southeast Polk game, and I believe it was close last time.
Okay. Well, again, the final here, Ankeny 27 and Dowling Catholic 13. Mark Amadeo, Matt Mainry here in the press box. We're going to send it down to John Chido on the field, and we'll have head coach Tom Wilson following the game. And go ahead and take it away, John, with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling.
Well, Coach, it's a tough night tonight, but the kids fought hard till the end. Your thoughts overall?
Yeah, I think they did. To be honest with you, it's just disappointing on how we played, and it's like I just told them. I mean, it's everything from the coaching staff to players to everything. We have to do it together. So we got to coach better. They got to play better, and it stinks right now. But all is not lost, and the schedule doesn't get any easier. So we've got an awful lot of work to do. We just have to execute what we do a heck of a lot better than what we are right now.
I know, Coach, you've been doing this a long time, and you're going to find out what type of identity this team has and get them prepared each week and get the best out of these kids to play each week.
Well, that's certainly the plan, and I don't think there's any magic formula to do that. Your kids just have to trust in each other, and right now I'm not sure we have that. I think our defense fights their hearts out, but as soon as, you get defense versus offense, it's a team. So we'll go back to work. We've got good kids, and we can play a heck of a lot better than really what we have. And, a lot of people can make excuses and talk about, okay, we don't have Jackson and things like that. English is playing his rear end off and trying to do the best they can. We know who we have. We just have to make who we have better.
All right, Coach. Best of luck next week. Thank you.
All right, John Chido, thank you for visiting with head coach Tom Wilson. Never easy to talk to the media or the press or even your own local radio station. Matt, you've had to do that, I'm sure, a few times up in Sheldon.
A few times.
Oh, you guys had the Saturday morning
we had
breakfast club, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so.
Then you got to think about it all night.
Yeah.
It didn't make it any better.
And I bet you didn't forget a thing either.
No.
It's one of those memory things. But we want to thank Coach Wilson for coming over. Tough loss to the Maroons. They're now 1-2 on the season as Ankeny improves to 2-1. And let's go run through the scoring tonight. We'll take a break, come back for final thoughts. We want to thank everybody involved with our broadcast, including our sponsors, both on the CISN.TV network, Central Iowa Sports Network, and the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Our thanks to everybody involved. Ankeny tonight, the highlight, J.J. Cole, their quarterback, threw for 4 touchdowns. His first 4 touchdowns of the season. He had 2 interceptions coming into tonight's game. He threw for 4 touchdowns. 3 of them were caught by Brady McCullough, 1 from 5 yards, 1 from 4 yards, and 1 from 44 yards by McCullough. And what a night he had as he caught 3 of those 4. Colin Kadolf caught the other from 3 yards out as Ankeny built they had 4 touchdowns tonight, leading 27-6 at one point. Dowling scoring late. Carson Brown an 11-yard reception from Jake English for a touchdown with 2:17 remaining. Cut the lead to 27-13. In between, a 40-yard field goal and a 23-yard field goal by Diego Leon. So that's the scoring as Ankeny led 14-3 at halftime, and they win it 27-13 over Dowling. We'll take our final break and come back with post-game comments and final comments tonight from Valley Stadium. Final score, Ankeny 27, Dowling 13 here on the CISN.TV and the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
All right, back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Man, Mr. Mandrin, you are the producer. You've taken some media classes.
Well, I just,
the coach
keep
came up
rolling.
here. When Coach Chido comes up, I stop everything, and we get the inside scoop.
I was out here admiring our kids. We got 3 kids picking up all the litter from the student section out there. Will Bussey leading them, and that's what being a Maroon's about right there. I'm serious. I'm more proud of those 3 kids right now than you can imagine.
Matt, in our day, we used to call that jug, and there might be a football player or 2 out there picking up
these
stuff.
guys aren't jugged, I can guarantee
Are you. Sure?
I'm positive.
Johnny knows what I'm talking about. We call that jug.
Well, they still do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My daughter doesn't know what that is yet.
There's justice under God.
Every day is justice under God, Mark.
There you go. Thank you, John, for coming up. Always tough to interview the coach. Final score tonight, folks, if you joined us late, 27-13. Ankeny defeating Dowling Catholic. Maroons now 1-2 on the season. Ankeny 2-1. And it was all Ankeny tonight, and they controlled the line of scrimmage. They led 14-3 at halftime, and they scored a couple touchdowns in the second half. Dowling scoring 1 versus 2 field goals tonight. And, John, it had to be frustrating. I know you as a coach, you look at that, and it's like, well, look at the offensive line play. And that Ankeny defensive front 4 was in the Dowling backfield for, I have negative yardage, no -2, -1, no gain, and that made it tough, the running the ball for Dowling. And we mentioned this, Matt and I talked about it, and you did too in the pregame. We put 9 men in the box and made you do something different, and the Maroons couldn't adjust.
Yeah, when we go back to our pregame shows, and we always ask the questions back when we look at the runs we had for the titles, and remember back against Valley for the title game, I think Matt mentioned this, what team is going to come out of their comfort zone first? Who's going to force them out of their comfort zone? And we're used to getting the other teams out of their comfort zone, but it seems like tonight Ankeny was able to do that to Dowling the whole entire night. Dowling was never able to get comfortable and get in the rhythm of their offense. And you look at it towards the end, it's a 50-50 ball. And when you get down 2 possessions game and then that late touchdown, that you're forced to throw the ball, and that's not Dowling's identity.
And it certainly showed. And you talked about it. Talked about comfort zone. Coach Wilson talks about comfort zone. You want to get the other team out of their comfort zone. Well, you thought that might be forcing Ankeny to throw it. Well, Cole comes up. He had thrown not 1 touchdown this year in 2 games. He throws 4 tonight, 3 of them to McCullough, and he had, I think 1 interception maybe, and I'll tell you what, or they had 1 turnover to Ankeny. That was a muff punt.
Yeah.
Both teams had a muff punt that resulted in a fumble. And what a night for J.J. Cole, 4 touchdowns. And now he's got 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year. And he found his comfort zone is what happened.
Well, you go back and look at the stats. Coming into the game, J.J. Cole's 15 of 39 in his first 2 games. That's not many, Chuck. I mean, he's not, and 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 144 yards. Not much. And, you want to be the guy, you got to be the guy. And tonight he was the guy. And McCullough was just outstanding. And there's no answer as they tore things up.
He's impressive, and he's tough to guard. With his size and our corners, when you have 5'6", that's like me trying to cover Matt. It just doesn't work very well.
You might have a step on me. I don't know.
I mean,
post him up.
And you know what I was impressed with J.J. Cole's ability to maneuver in the pocket and get out of the pocket and buy himself time to hit that deep ball. And when you're able to do that and we can't get pressure on him and force him to come up in the pocket instead of break the pocket, he's going to cause fits.
Yeah, a name we didn't hear very much tonight was Jalen Pettis, and Ankeny was able to neutralize him, and he didn't get much pressure on the ball. I think Hikus was the only one that
had the sack.
That had the pressures on J.J. Cole, and the Ankeny defense again. They just kept, as you said, never allowed the offense to get comfortable, and that's a great point, Johnny. And as they could never find what they're going to hang their hat on.
All right, gentlemen, we've got to wrap things up. We've got a prediction about tomorrow. Matt Manion, we'll start with you. Iowa State up in Ames, 3:30 kickoff, ABC.
I might be on the golf course at that point.
Nice job. Nice
That's a great place to be.
Yeah, and I think At Ames, I think ISU is going to get it done.
95 degrees, and this guy's going to sweat his way through it. John Chido, your thoughts on that? Because you're a Hawk fan and an Iowa State fan. Your daughter dances for the football team on the dance team. Talk about it.
Well, two things. If Breece Hall is healthy, and there's been some speculation that he's not quite 100%, and was it Charlie Kohler? He didn't play last week.
Right.
Oh, Kohler didn't play.
Yeah, if he's playing this week, it's a different dynamic for the Iowa State offense. And,
you're on the fence, I could tell.
If we're going straight up, I'll take Iowa State, and I think it's going to go in overtime.
All right. I was there for that last overtime.
You are going to make a prediction?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hawks win it. They're not going to give up over 14 points to Iowa State. Hawks win it. They're not going to score that many more points. 21-14 Iowa State.
Yeah.
Iowa over Iowa State. In the heat, up in Ames. You wear those black jerseys at home there, Mr. Chido.
It's going to be a great game.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
A lot of tailgate parties. I'm going to invite folks to one. That's out at Valley West Mall. And they're having the big TV trucks. The DV. We're going to be out there after work. We got to be in the office at 6 a.m. Thanks to the folks in Ankeny who are going. They got an election coming up on Tuesday, so we got to be open on Saturday, Johnny. Be there bright and early, 6 a.m., 6:30.
There you go.
Keep on chugging away.
All right, so next week we might have a little bit different. We go to Iowa City, take on City High, who at last report won up in Ames tonight. City High defeated Ames 32-7 in a little Cy-Hawk Classic, and Dowling plays City High. Last time they met, state championship game about 10 years ago, so I'll be going. Hopefully Matt will join me. I know you may have some family business going too, and you're on a plane Friday for Vegas to watch Iowa State and UNLV Saturday night. So
my daughter Sophia is dancing in her first road trip.
That'd be awesome.
With the Iowa State dance team.
That's
so
cool.
Very
Can't
proud
miss
of her.
that.
Yeah.
But we'll be there. I'll be there, I hope. Lord willing, I'll be there. It doesn't matter who's going to be around me. All right. Guys, thanks for everything tonight. Great job on the sidelines, Johnny, on a tough night for the Maroons. Matt, as always, thank you. And I want to thank Carolyn Kirchhoff. Did a nice job tonight. Dowling Club, folks. Get involved. Get with it. Everything's online. Call Carolyn if you don't know, and dowlingcatholic.org if you need information, right?
That's right. Everything's there.
I think you guaranteed 500, right? We got you on
That'll wrap things up tonight, Mr. Chido, before you say anything more. Final score, the Ankeny Hawks defeat Dowling 27-13 for our friends at CISN.TV. Our thanks to them. Do a great job. Pete Tarpey, along with our film guys, Clayton Sampson and Nick McDougall, and Sean Ingracia, our producer here for CISN.TV. Our thanks to Jeff Piggott back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Studios. And for everybody involved, for Matt Mandring, John Chido, I'm Mark Amadale. Tune in next week. We'll go on the air at 6:45. Kickoff is 7:15. Iowa City, City High hosting Dowling Catholic. The freshman game will play, I think, around 4:30, 5 o'clock, so we could be a little later, but we'll be on the air next Friday night, so join us for that. And best of luck to the Ankeny Hawks. They will host number 1 Southeast Polk next Friday night at 7 o'clock, while Dowling's on the road at Bates Field in Iowa City, taking on the Little Hawks of City High. And that'll wrap things up. Thanks for joining us. And for John Chido and our studio producer, Jeff Piggott, and Matt Mangry, I'm Mark Amadale. Have a safe and blessed, faith-filled, and historic Iowa Hawkeye win this weekend.
Coverage of Dowling